Evergreen, Cindy Thompson starting our week with a powerful one she calls Dromo. Grace, Amanuva Adom Dromo song. We are live today, we are awake, we are in one piece. We went out, we came back, the Lord has preserved us, He's protected us on our own. He's shown us mercy. He's clothed us, He's fed us, He's roofed us. Most importantly, He's preserved our Going FM. It's our favorite show. We call it the Citi Breakfast Show. A very interactive one. We set the tone for your week. With the right conversation, the right agenda, we bring you great interviews, great songs. And we bring you thoughts to challenge your day. In doing so this morning, John Maxwell writes in Becoming a Person of Influence that a person of influence has integrity with people. A person of influence has integrity with people. And integrity simply here is looking at adhering to moral and ethical principles, soundness of moral character, honesty, and all of that. So ethical principles are not flexible. A little white lie is still a lie. Theft is theft, whether it's $1 or a cedi, 1,000 cedi or 1,000,000 cedi. Theft is theft. But integrity commits itself to character over personal gain, people over things, service over power, principles over convenience. Now I take it again. Integrity commits itself to character over personal gain, people over things, service over power, principles over convenience. So character is made in the small moments of life. It's not created in a crisis. It only comes to light. Everything you have done in the past and the things you have neglected to do come to a head when you are under pressure. So if you claim to be a person of character, you will not see it. You will not start building it when there's a crisis. It's built in little moments, everyday little moments. That's when you build character. So when you are under pressure, the things that you finally do is who you truly are. So seize every moment to build your character. That's what we call Business Sense, brought to you by Fidelity. It's brought to you by Access Bank. Beg your pardon. If you got great dreams for your business, Access Bank will get you there. The Access W, in partnership with WCI Firm, invites you to Istanbul, Turkey for a lifetime business experience you don't want to miss. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, go-getters, Istanbul is calling you. It's a premium international business adventure from August 11 to 18, 2025. Packed with B2B meetings, industrial zone, and showroom tours. You visit top companies in all sectors: construction, building and roofing materials, agriculture, product and equipment, pharmaceutical, hospitality, you name it. And there will be sightseeing opportunities as well. Now, the rates are follows: double occupancy $2,500, single occupancy $2,800, and it's an all-inclusive package from your visa, your return tips, your nights, 4-star hotel assured, your breakfast, everything. Now the issue is that the slots available are limited, so secure your seat today and explore fresh business opportunities on a global scale. Please call Jemima on 057 973 4663. Access W, inspiring, connecting, empowering. Access Bank is modern banking. So it's an interactive show. You're welcome. My name is Caleb Kuda. Welcome aboard.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Kasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Man, Michael Jackson, black or white. Aha. Taking us into the news review, brought to you by Fidelity Bank. From the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood. Wherever you're on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we're here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish. With hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. Trust in the journey, understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey, believe with us. Richard the Last Guy is here. Looking like a pop star this morning. Bernardino Kokuable is here as well. Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, Sky.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning,
man.
good morning, good morning.
Manuva, it's a wet morning today.
Yeah.
The rain is not really that serious, but enough to cause a bit of dampness around the country. We're looking forward to the week. Busy weekend.
Absolutely.
Covering politics.
Yes.
And we're back with the newspaper segment.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Africa love your joy.
Yo.
I guess this is for the City.
Hello, guy Toshiga.
Yo, my brother.
Hello, guy Toshiga. Hello, Jackpot Toshiga.
One man singing all the parts.
Africa love your joy. I feel love your joy. Lord, guy Toshiga. Lord, guy Toshiga. Hello, Jackpot Toshiga. I love your joy.
What is the occasion?
Hey! Joe! I never talk to you Bahama.
Oh!
I got a mundo. Hey, Prophet Wonaro. I should drop for all. Plus, we see when you are dango.
Yeah, man.
I love Pado over here. You Chafu Vafudana.
Tidal wave disturbing the
Nyami
people.
Garamuama.
Tidal wave
Emi
destroying
to
the
liba ao Yehovah
people.
Vahonami.
We've been crying to the Lord.
Oh, Yehovah Vahonami.
And the Lord said,
I no churchron.
our homes are
Yaba
destroyed.
do now beglam.
Our works were going bad.
Vahonami.
Lord, come to our
Jesus
rescue.
Christ don't touch you, Mahama.
And the Lord said to Muhammad, and Muhammad said, don't be afraid. I'm coming. I will do the thing for you. I will fulfill the promise of the Lord. So Saturday, John Muhammad himself, he cut the saw so that we are building for the Lord. We are building the cathedral.
You are spoiling. All right, I think so the story in the graphic is what has put Sky in the spirit.
Yes, I love it.
Belekusu coastline secured. President Muhammad launches protection project.
Yes.
Story by Alberto Mario, narrated from Agaveji. There's a beautiful photo of the president symbolically operating an excavator to signify commencement of the project. There's actually a bigger story inside, giving the full details of this. Also, Accra, London to chart mutual development path. London mayor as he meets the government chair. Meanwhile, a national delegates conference. MPP expands electoral college. Voters increase from 220 to 280,000. But this starts after the January election of flag bearer. So this is just the caveat. The back page, Asane Manche launches 2025 Homo Festival, urges peace, togetherness, and review fuel import allocation regime to level playing field. Girl CEO says so.
Okay, let me take you to the news center for this morning. The story I spoke about, Blakusu makes the front page. Also, Gold Board to roll out traceability in 2026 to formalize small-scale mining and curb illegal trade. This is coming in from the chief there, Sami Jemfi. And then MPP expands Electoral College in 54 new sweeping reforms.
Moving to the Daily Post, FIC freezes accounts of Mustafa Hamid and others in the 280 million extortion money laundering scandal. Also, President Mahama announces return of road contractors. That's on page 7. National Cathedral audit uncovered huge procurement irregularities. Kwasio Fosu speaking. And then Dr. Kennedy says the entire National Cathedral project is a crime scene. That's on page 4 of the paper.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian publisher. Bawumia warns against self-destruction. Is he on the front page together with the wife? Also, MPP shall rise again. Afenyo Marking declares Ghana plans gold tracking system by 2026. Again, quoting the chief executive officer of the Gold Board. And justice at risk from law access gaps. That's coming in from Obi Amwa warning.
The Daily Guide is full on MPP. MPP reunites to rebuild after successful confab. Dr. Bawumia is seen acknowledging cheers from supporters. Landi Mayor visits Gamanche. Sadiq Khan pays homage to King Taikochu II. Also, Muhammad dissolves National Cathedral Board. And Ghana to roll out gold traceability system by 2025.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Let's unite and rebuild. Brian Achampon is telling delegates of the MPP as he receives heroes welcome at their conference over the weekend. Also, Mahama plots to remove EC boss. This is quoting Dr. Bawumia, the former vice president. And Chinese businesswoman vows to exonerate Ashimo in $3 million fraud case.
The Herald is on MPP. MPP wrestles evil, disunity, and indiscipline at Legon. As Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, Kodua, Apenyo marking court in post-election soul searching. Also, Julius Deba preaches stronger corporate oversight to board members. Bawumia drowns Kennedy Japan, others at MPP conference, and Chinese investor unwraps $5.8 million scam by Ashimo's accuser. That's also on the front page here.
The Republic Press says MPP must return to the grassroots. Brian Achampon advocating also MPP vows to reclaim power in 2028. And 3 brothers arrested for impersonating Professor Joshua Alabi in 60,000 Ghana cedis. How can you Professor Alabi? Have you seen the giant of a man? Very obvious man.
Anyway, the Daily Democrat says that stealing in the name of God. A report exposes cathedral mess. This is such a tragic story. Also, Akando outlines bold health sector progress. Police record major gains against Galamsey and crime, and Transaco land guards arrested over illegal demolition of Pantan resident's house. Meanwhile, Harun Edrisu reaffirms government's commitment to teacher training, and MPA engages stakeholders on draft petroleum consumer complaints guidelines.
Finally, from me, the Economy Times says BOG confirms Ghana's economic rebound ahead of this week's mid-year budget review. The Bank of Ghana boss is here on the front page. Also, headway made in EMP Azuma Resources on pass amid minority concerns. And cut prices, pass savings to consumers. GSS is telling traders as producer price inflation appears to have dropped to 5.9%.
The High Street Journal finally says the $360 million World Bank facility. What does the budget support really mean? It also then talks about life beyond the 18th IMF program. Finance expert proposes 3 things Ghana must do to stay on course. I don't know if you've done the BNFT. I have that here as well. The BNFT front page this morning. Just give me a quick second on the newspaper review segment. So it says port reforms cut demurrage costs and stabilize fuel supply. Also, equity investors reap 10.6 billion cedis in 2024 dividends. In other stories, ADB board holds maiden meeting as MD unveils strategic vision, and Goyle defies odds with strong financial gains. I'll deal with the demurrage story later on.
Right. So if you go to channel1news.com, disturbing one here. Nearly 200 Ghanaian students stranded as government owes University of Memphis $3.6 million. So that story is back, and this time they are stranded. Now, 92-year-old Paul Biya's digital push struggles to capture youth interest in Cameroon. He's trying to use social media to engage the youth. We are told most of them are below 25. We will refund fees for first-year tertiary students enrolling September 2025. This is President Mahama. National Service Portal to be restored soon after forensic audit. This is the boss speaking. Damongo residents decry non-functional streetlights amid rising insecurity. And MPP scraps Special Electoral College, expands voting base in major constitutional reforms. Let's learn, not hide from our mistakes. This is Dr. Baumia speaking. And Mahama promises Blekusu Sea Defense extension to Aplau as phase 2 begins. And then if you go to citynewsroom.com, Zuarungu SHS shut down after violent student clashes. Interesting one there. Treasury bills, yes. Treasury bills oversubscribed for first time in 2 months. Defense Minister to address Nation in Government Accountability Series today. Now, the importers and exporters are not happy with the Finance Minister.
Why?
They say he has excluded them ahead of the mid-year budget review. And then if you move on, I will not disappoint Ghanaians. This is President Mahama speaking. And this one, roadworks to resume as Auditor General completes review. President Mahama is speaking here. Bernard, you brought us that earlier. And President Mahama is promising fee refund for first-year students. That's on my journal online as well. FDA calls for tougher penalties in fight against tramadol abuse. You don't manage society with money. You manage it with wisdom. Professor Kwame Kakari is speaking here. And robbing the future. Gold lust killing Ghana's fish, marine life, destroying mangroves. That's there on my journal online as well. And then final one, if you go to the BBC, forgotten weeds prove a culinary hit in Kenya.
I see.
So that's something there.
Globally as well, EU is preparing to retaliate plans as US trade stands hardened. So this tariff matter is going to be a big story globally. China is also threatening to respond to EU sanctions on banks and etc. Let me start with MPP, then we'll come to the Blekusu point. So the daily graphic has 2 angles. MPP expands electoral college from 220,000 to 280,000. This is one of the big stories coming from the delegates conference that took place over the weekend. This means that all former members of parliament, former parliamentary candidates, former MMDCEs, card-holding former ministers and deputy ministers, as well as former regional constituency and branch executives will participate in elections of the flag bearer in January 2026. However, delegates at the polling station, constituency and regional levels who are now part of the enlarged electoral college will not be eligible to vote in the January election when the party elects a flag bearer. So that's the first big story. There's an expanded electoral college from 220 to 280,000 cities. Also, there will be no, not members. There will be no special delegates conference to narrow down the number of candidates contesting flag bearer. That was very controversial, and I think they've cleared that thing as well. These reforms were among 56 motions presented for adoption to amend the party's constitution during the extraordinary delegates conference held in Accra. So that's story number one. Story number two in the same paper, MPP can win 2028 election. Dr. Bawumia, former Vice President Dr. Bawumia, has expressed confidence that the party can win the next presidential and parliamentary elections if it remains united, disciplined, and works hard. And then he's quoted as having said a number of things. He urged the party to reflect on past performance and rebuild with a focus on unity, discipline, and good governance.
And still talking about the MPP, the party's leader in Parliament, Apenyo Making, is quoted in the Ghanaian Publisher as saying that the party needs to unite to be able to rise again. According to him, he basically narrated the story of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and says that Modi's rise from international rejection to global acclaim as a symbol of political resurrection is a path that the MPP should walk on to get back into government. He says doing that will require the party to go back to its values.
Let me give you two quick side stories. Bawumia drowns Kenny Japan others at MPP conference. That's in the Herald newspaper. It was sort of gauging the popularity of the potential presidential aspirants, and according to the Herald, the former vice president, whose 2028 ambition is no longer a secret, arrived to a hero's welcome that visibly eclipsed the presence and in some cases the absence of other potential aspirants. It then talks about as delegates rose to their feet, chanting his name and waving party colors, emblazoned with his image, it became clear where the crowd's allegiance lay. Bawumia didn't just attend the conference, he dominated the atmosphere. Then he went on to talk about the others. Now, I'm bringing this up because there's another paper that has a different angle to this, where Kennedy Japan's team is complaining that the setup of the place was to favor Dr. Bawumia, and they have issued a statement saying that when you go outside the facility, there was a lot of support for other candidates, but it looks like the inner perimeter and the main conference ground, the noise seemed to be for Bawumia, so they are not happy. They issued a statement afterwards complaining about this. So it's just here on page 4 of the Democrat. The aftermath of the delegates conference, Kennedy Japan's team have raised concern about what they describe as engineered optics favoring Dr. Bawumia.
Okay, meanwhile, the party's former member, is still a member of parliament for ABTV, right?
Yes,
Honorable Brian Champong is quoted in the Chronicle as saying that the party must unite and rebuild. And according to the paper, he arrived to rousing cheers from delegates and supporters and was visibly moved by the warm reception that he received.
We'll talk about MPP later. Blekusu Coastline Secure, this is a big one. The front page of Graphic has it. It's also in the news center. The Blekusu Coastal Protection Project Phase 2 in the Ketu South Municipality of Volta region has taken off in earnest. A project President Mahama described as comprehensive, resilient coastal protection venture. This is not merely symbolic, but rather a clear demonstration of what responsible leadership can do when it cares, when it listens, when it acts. President Mahama, this is now continued on page 3, said at a deba at Agaveji last Saturday before the sword cutting ceremony to mark the official commencement of the project. Now, the president maintained that the project represents a resolve to defend coastal communities and preserve lives, homes, and infrastructure. He pointed out that the ruthless tidal invasion was not peculiar to the Ketu South municipality, saying similar tragedies occurred in other parts of the country, and the government could not turn a blind eye to the phenomena. And then he said our coast is over 550 kilometers, and the stretch was critical for fishing, trading, and tourism. And then talks about this vulnerability. Now, he said he had tasked the project contractor Amandi to finish the project in 48 months. So that's 4 years. 4 years, right? With the construction of 37 armor rock groins and the land reclamation to protect 8 kilometers of coastline.
Beautiful.
Groins are coastal engineering structures built perpendicular to the shoreline, designed to trap sediments and reduce erosion. Other details are given in the story.
And quickly, let me just fortify that, because if you go to the news center, they quote Togbi Adama III, who is the Makoso of Suma, on behalf of the chiefs and people of the beneficiary communities. He thanked President Mahama for honoring his pledge. Now, he said the community had endured the effect of coastal erosion for over 8 years, but within just 7 months of the current administration, meaningful
I know the
steps
interesting
have been
thing.
taken
So
to address
the graphic gives a background of the project. 10 years ago, 2015, the government under the same President Mahama commenced the construction of the Blekusu Coastal Phase 1. This was 4.3 kilometer stretch from Azizaji, Hovi, and Blekusu. Since then, other coastal communities have been exposed to tidal wave. So it's basically come back to do phase 2.
Continue what he started. Now, roadworks to resume as Auditor General complete review. This is President Mahama again at his thank you tour, this time in the eastern region. So he's announced that road contractors who abandoned projects across the country will soon return to their sites to complete outstanding works. According to the President, the Auditor General has concluded an audit of road contracts awarded under the previous administration, paving the way for the resumption of stalled projects. He made the announcement on Sunday during his Eastern Regional Thank You Tour at the Jackson Park in Koforidua, highlighting the importance of his administration's big push agenda in driving infrastructure development. President Mahama emphasized the government's commitment to reviving critical road projects. So
he also
was
in Ashanti and he said he was going to resume the Krofo Market project.
Yes.
And there's a video of the market women basically just excited at that prospect.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very interesting one. Still in the name of God, report exposes cathedral mess. This is the Daily Democrat. Now, I'll just give you a couple of paragraphs here. In dramatic turn of events, the government has dissolved the National Cathedral Secretariat and initiated legal steps to dissolve its board of trustees following a scathing audit report by Deloitte and Touche. The report, commissioned by the Secretariat and covering the period December 2021 to September 2023, uncovered widespread financial irregularities, procurement breaches, unsupported expenditures, and a general breakdown in governance and accountability. Now, at a press briefing held on, I think, Friday or Thursday, I'm not sure, the presidential spokesperson and Minister of State for Government Communications disclosed that contrary to widely cited $58 million already spent on National Cathedral, the actual cost incurred so far stands at a staggering $97 million. That includes a $39 million outstanding payment to the contractor despite the project stalling years ago. The audit detailed disturbing inconsistencies in payments made to consultants and contractors, including a $4.9 million discrepancy in consultancy fee paid to Sir David Ajayi and Associates, and a $24.5 million variation in the official signed contract amount with construction firm Ribad JV. And then it gives other things. Now, most alarmingly were revelations of about 38 million CDs in failed mobile money donation transfers with no external verification or proper reconciliation, as well as ghost expenditure claims, missing documentation, and breaches of the public procurement. In response, the President had ordered the dissolution of the Secretariat, publication of the Deloitte report, and a full forensic audit by the AG, Auditor General. The Attorney General has also been further advised to initiate legal steps to terminate the contract and avert further losses to the state.
Meanwhile, still talking about money issues, if you go to page 2 of the news center, Iyoko convicts 2, recovers some 269 million Ghana cedis in 2024. Made criticism. Now, the story says the Economic and Organized Crime Office of the Republic has conducted 270 investigations in 2024, resulting in 26 prosecutions and only 2 convictions, according to data released as part of the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition State of Corruption report in 2024. Now, while Yoko recorded substantial financial recoveries amounting to some 269 million Ghana cedis through both direct and indirect means, anti-corruption observers have welcomed the results with cautious optimism, citing the low number of successful prosecutions as evidence of lingering institutional limitations.
All right, the BNFT is saying that some things are happening at the port to reduce demurrage. This is a story that says that basically recent key structural reforms in the country's main petroleum discharge point are expected to tackle long-standing inefficiencies and reduce demurrage costs, a move expected to bring stability to fuel supply and also fuel pump price increases. This is on page 3 of the BNFT with the photograph of the Seaboard CEO also there. Yeah,
the BNFT also has the ADB board holding their maiden meeting as MD unveil strategic vision. You know, Ken Thompson is the board chair for ADB, so they've been setting out their vision for the bank. We're wishing them well. But if you go to back to channel1news.com, nearly 200 Ghanaian students stranded as government owes University of Memphis $3.6 million. A large number of students who attended the University of Memphis might be forced to return to their home country, Ghana. University of Memphis President Bill Hardgrave joined Action News 5's Better Memphis show on Wednesday, July 16, to speak on the status of a student. He said, "I think there was a regime change in Ghana and that affected the budget, but we are hopeful that gets corrected because we love to keep those students on campus."
Let me give you a couple of education stories. The Upper East Regional Minister Donatus Kamugri Atanga has ordered the immediate closure of the Zwarungu Senior High School until further notice. This decision follows, again, violent clashes between Frafra and Kusasi students on Sunday over the alleged theft of a mobile phone. The incident escalated into a full-scale brawl, leading to the burning of some structures on campus and heightened tensions. We need to clamp down on this type of behavior in our secondary schools.
Okay,
now, let's come to you.
Quickly, I want to tell you something about Ghana planning gold tracking system by 2026.
All right.
So the story is on page 2 of the Ghanaian publisher. And it says the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, has revealed that the country will roll out a comprehensive gold traceability system by 2026 to formalize the small-scale mining sector and curb illegal gold trading.
Speaking of illegal gold mining, there's a story in the Daily Democrat that says that a new anti-galamsey strategy has been launched by the lands minister. So it says Ama Kofi-Buah, MP and Minister for Lands, has delivered a strategic call to action in Ghana's ongoing battle against illegal mining. Speaking at the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, the minister addressed high-ranking military officers and key stakeholders on the theme combating illegal mining in Ghana. He outlined a robust 5-pillar strategy designed to tackle the environmental, social, and economic consequences of illegal mining. They are listed as follows: strengthening law enforcement, stakeholder engagement and collaboration, reforming the licensing regime, reclamation of degraded lands, and promoting alternative livelihoods. He then gave some details, giving a sober assessment of the destruction galamsey had caused to Ghana's water bodies, noting a significant toll on biodiversity, public health, and national security.
Okay, quickly though, this story about Professor Joshua Alabi, let me draw your attention to it.
The three brothers.
Yes, the circuit court in Accra has arraigned 3 brothers, Nuruddin Abdul Ganiu, 40, Nuruddin Rashid, and Nuruddin Gafaru, for allegedly impersonating Professor Joshua Alabi, a leading figure of the National Democratic Congress, to defraud a member of the Council of State. Can you imagine? Now, the accused persons have been charged with impersonation, defrauding by false pretenses, and conspiracy to commit a crime. Now, according to the prosecution, Ganiu posed as Professor Alabi on March 3, 2025, and deceived Mr. Hakim Adai, a member of the Council of State, to transfer to him 60,000 Ghana cedis for alleged assistance in acquiring a Toyota Land Cruiser and 10 auction tracks in the Republic.
Let me give you a final. Poetry Day marked with renewed commitment to boost local production. Graphic page 36. The 5th edition of the Ghana Poetry Day has been held with the aim of promoting local poetry production, consumption, and investment in the sector. Organized by Agri House Foundation, the event highlighted the need to scale up domestic poetry production, which currently supplies less than 10% of the country's poetry consumption needs. So, eat local chicken.
That's all.
So the industry will be strong.
Speaking of which, Sky, just a final one. Yesterday was the 91st birthday of Ghana's former IGP, Christopher Komla Dawonu.
Oh, Dawonu, yes.
Oh, Dawonu, so
happy
that's
birthday.
the father of
Edinburgh Bright Davis.
Wow, 91.
91 years
Still
old.
going strong.
Still going strong.
Happy birthday, Toby.
Solid.
And meanwhile, though, let me draw your attention quickly to this one that's coming. A truck has fallen over on the motorway near the abattoir.
Oh, Lord.
Traffic is building up on the Tema bound side.
Oh, Lord.
as a result of
Ghana
that.
police, please
So Ghana
rush to the rescue.
Exactly.
Thank
But
you.
what can they do?
And then we just told the thing off.
Go and pull it.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work. But you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I did for you. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Oh,
Oh, jump on now.
Go, the go. Ah, go me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel. Say Excellium. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Monday morning's edition of the City Business News is brought to you by EcoBank and MTN. Neela Telate is poised to serve you with the news. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, my friend Caleb. Good morning to you listening. This is the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 City FM. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. Coming up, freight forwarders hit hard again, pushing for full regulation of shipping line charges at the port. Also, more dollar supply for traders as Bank of Ghana moves to tackle reports of forex shortage at commercial banks. Later, Treasury bills oversubscribed for the first time in 2 months, but with a sharp drop in rates on the yield curve. It's Monday. Welcome to a brand new week. I am Neil Latte. Details now. In our first story, freight forwarders are not backing down for tighter regulation of fees and charges imposed by shipping lines operating in the country. They say despite President John Dramani Maham's recent directive that all such charges be submitted to Parliament for approval, enforcement remains weak and more must be done to protect importers and the trading public. Immediate past president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Edward Akron, says the group will continue to advocate for full implementation of the directive to ensure transparency and fair trade at the port. Daniel Ojo-Mensah has the rest of the story.
For years, the Institute has decried what it describes as arbitrary and excessive charges by shipping lines, particularly administrative fees quoted in US dollars per container, even when multiple containers are listed under a single bill of lading. The Institute maintains that previous efforts by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to address these concerns have yielded no results. Speaking on behalf of the Institute's president, former president of the Institute, Edward Akron, reaffirmed their commitment to ensuring the president's directive is fully implemented.
The president's pronouncement is like law. It's like unwritten law, you understand? And so, once the president has made the pronouncement, we're moving. They come under, the Shippers Authority come under the Ministry of Transport. The Shippers Authority knows already. I've had the Chief Executive of the Shippers Authority make certain pronouncement on this thing that we have to move it. We're going to push him. We'll go to the Minister of Transport. If he has to go to Parliament, let it go to Parliament. We've already been to Parliament once. We've met the Trade Committee on these same issues. In fact, they had invited the shipping lines, and then they realized there was a problem. Now that the president has made a move, I think it's even all the more, better. So we're going to move on this and then make sure it comes to fruition.
Edward Akron is also calling on the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to separate the duty payment process from shipping line release procedures. He believes this will support the 24-hour economy policy and reduce avoidable demurrage charges, especially when shipping lines are not operating.
You pay your duty. You have a declaration set. The way the system works now, from the payment of duty, you have to go to the shipping line to do a release. And that's one major thing we want to also sort, what we call decoupling the payment of duties from release, the release of the shipping line's release. It's got nothing to do with it. Back in the day, it was a way of customs checking that, okay, you have actually paid a duty. But technology is at its peak right now, so.
You heard Edward Akron, immediate past president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Odro Mensah. Now, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is accusing Finance Minister Dr. Kasayala Toforsen of sidestepping critical stakeholder consultations ahead of the mid-year budget review slated for July 24. The association says a recent meeting convened by the Ghana Revenue Authority to discuss proposed VAT reforms failed to include key trading groups. Speaking to Citi Business News, Executive Secretary of the association, Samson Asaki Awingobet, questioned the government's commitment to meaningful dialogue, warning that excluding frontline actors could undermine the effectiveness of upcoming tax reforms.
Last week or last 2 weeks, I was in one meeting when I heard that Ghana and the GRA is engaging business community in what you call it, the VAT reforms. And I sent a message to the communication officer at the GRA. I said, you've signed a letter inviting stakeholders. My outfit, you have not invited my outfit. So why tomorrow will you say that, we have engaged in the VAT reform, you have engaged. You have engaged who? I've asked them, send a message to them. They say, Mr. Zaka, it's in group basis. So we will reach out to you next week based on what has been done. Is what the minister is bringing to Parliament on the mid-year review. Can he come to the mid-year review and say, as a 6 year, as important as export association, I was not invited?
Samson Asaki Awingobet is Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Away from that, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, that's GUTA, is assuring members that there is sufficient forex in the system, despite concerns raised by importers over access challenges. This comes on the back of assurances after a high-level meeting with GUTA leadership amid growing confusion within the trading community about what they describe as a shortage of forex at commercial banks. But a statement signed by GUTA President Dr. Joseph Obin indicated that the Bank of Ghana has resolved to work closely with commercial banks to identify and tackle any bottlenecks restricting access to forex for import and business transactions. Traders are therefore advised to remain calm and not to panic. Now, the Ghana Citi is 60 years old, and as it marks its 60th anniversary this July, the Bank of Ghana is urging Ghanaians to protect the value of the local currency and help build global confidence in it. Introduced on July 19, 1965 to replace the Ghana pound, the cedi has since gone through several redenominations to maintain its economic value. Speaking at an event commemorating the milestone, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, stressed that a strong and credible cedi is not only a matter of policy but also of national pride.
Without a dominant legal tender, no central bank can execute its mandate successfully. But the cedi is more than just a unit of account or a store of value. It is an emblem of Ghana's journey as a modern state. Now, cast your minds back to 1965, when the cedi replaced the British West African pound. That event marked a profound act of economic self-determination. It was not merely a currency change. It was a declaration that Ghana would no longer outsource its monetary destiny. The cedi became a symbol of national identity, of institutional emergence, and of the aspirations of an independent people. This month, July, marks 60 years exactly when the first president of Ghana introduced the cedi.
Dr. Johnson Isiama is Governor, Bank of Ghana. Well, let me now take you to the forex market, where the dollar is retailing at 11 cedis 95 pesos, the British pound at 16 cedis 40 pesos, that of the euro could be sold to you at 14 cedis 20 pesos. Mind you, these are rates by some forex bureaus in the capital and not the Bank of Ghana's interbank rates. Moving on, the Treasury market recorded a rare oversubscription in its most recent T-bill auction, with investor demand going up by almost 98% above target. Data from the Bank of Ghana shows that the total bets amounted to 20.98 billion Ghana cedis, far exceeding the auction target of 5.44 billion Ghana cedis. However, the Treasury accepted only 10.64 billion Ghana cedis of the total bets. The increase in demand led to a sharp drop in yields, but economic and fixed income analyst at Data Bank Wilson Zilevu tells Citi Business News the increased appetite for short-term government securities is a case of improving investor confidence and a potential shift in liquidity positioning.
The strong investor demand observed last week can be largely attributed to investors' quest for yield capture, an attempt to sort of lock in current rates in the 14 to 15% range amid expectations of further declines in yields. This is particularly evident given Bank of Ghana's 56-day bill, which has dropped significantly from around 28% to below 18% levels. Also, institutional investor participation notably increased during the auction given the very low returns, or should I say relatively competitive returns on the 56-day bill. So most importantly, with demand, sort of far outweighing the amount the Treasury actually had to sell, yields declined sharply.
That was economic and fixed income analyst at Data Bank Wilson Zilevu. Away from that, state-owned oil company GOIL PLC wants the National Petroleum Authority to implement a consistent and reliable laycan schedule to improve the timely delivery of petroleum products and help reduce fuel prices across the country. Inefficiencies in the current laycan arrangements, according to the company, have led to irregular supply volumes, contributing to upward pressure on pump prices. Speaking at a recent stakeholder engagement forum in the Western Region, Group CEO and Managing Director of GOIL, Edward Bauer, said a more coordinated approach to laycan scheduling would ensure better access to fuel nationwide and drive cost efficiencies across the supply chain.
If you take the second quarter alone, we just had only one laycan. The other laycan that was supposed to, they have shifted it to August. So it means that if you, in your station, you want a product, do you know where I get the product from? I have to go to another BDC. When I have a BDC, the MD is there. Theophilus Oche. He's here. Instead of going to import from outside so that it will be cheaper, then I can give it to you and it will also be cheaper. You know what happens? I have to go and buy it from a rival, a competitor, who puts his profit on it. And when he puts his profit on it, I then give it to you. And because I have to take care of my own overheads, then I also put some small margin there. You will also put a margin on it. That's why it makes it expensive. So somebody spoke about pricing. The reason why GOIL has, GOIL used to be the cheapest you could go and get. And when selling, it was cheap and it was good quality. But because as a company they have denied us this, we are forced to do that. Whilst we give you this product, we are forced to also give products to the security services.
Group CEO and Managing Director of GOIL PLC, Edward Bauer, ending the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. There is more news on citinewsroom.com/business. I'm Ni Latte. Many thanks indeed for your company. You have a good business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mensaka insurance claim no. That's it.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mensaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Oh my God.
14 after 7. Many thanks to EcoBank and MTN for helping us bring you the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Every day people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical, you name it. Many Ghanaians, however, don't know the emergency numbers. Listen, save this one now. Star 770 hash. Star 770 hash. When you have any money emergency number, dial this number and EcoBank will come to your rescue. You don't need to panic. When you need instant access to loans, fund transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchases, whatsoever, just dial star 770 hash and you're good to go. Good thing is, even when you don't have data, it will work for you. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank, and yes, we are cool like that. MTN says, hey, boss lady, go get a planner, do it all woman, building her business one bold step at a time. Listen, we see you. We're cheering you every step of the way. That's why we've created the MTN Ejumapa just for you. It's more than a bundle, it's a new business bestie for you. Special data, call bundles, stay connected to your customer supplies, everything that helps your hustle grow. That's not all. We have an insurance package to protect the business you've worked so hard to build. So it's time to level up. Dial star 5060 hash. Grab your Ejumapa bundle and let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in business. Now, guess who is in the studio with a crispy white shirt to serve you kickoff, which is our sports news segment on the City Breakfast Show. Benjamin and Katia. But before then, kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho, Polytank, and Shell. Lesheho says that Don't Call Me campaign is on. Don't Call Me campaign. You know what that means? Life comes with financial challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. We've reduced our interest rates just for you, so no matter your expense, whether education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. So WhatsApp or call 02700 4799. Tell Nana I said you should call him or WhatsApp him. If the first one doesn't go through, call 02700 4733. You come to your rescue. The shareholders improve life. And Polytank is the brand we all trust when it comes to water storage. We've been around for 3 decades, so make no mistake, go for guaranteed quality. We're available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner stations, partner shops, so no matter the size, durability is always assured. Polytank, Papano, and Kassan. Caution is we do not request for Momo payments online. Now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform. Let's talk about Shell V-Power. Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology, specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. So fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel performance, feel confidence, and feel protection over and over again. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well. I see Kudus has given some nice assistance already, and they are scoring goals at his new club.
Yeah, but what do you mean by assistant?
Assist. It's okay, get out.
Here it comes, it is settled. Settled, and Ghana are victorious. Ghana will go into the semi-final clash against Morocco. Ghana have won it on the lottery of penalties. Ghana Black Queens are queenly here. Ghana Black Queens, they've got their game on the rise right after losing their first match to South Africa by 2-0. And they have been very, very queenly.
On the football side of things, Ghana's Black Queens take on Morocco in the semi-finals of the Women's WAFCON. Let's get to some boxing as well, because there was a big stoppage at Wembley.
Dreams came true against AJ. Will they turn into a nightmare here at Wembley? Big right hand from Usyk.
So that's what happened in boxing. That and many more coming up in the bulletin. I am Benjamin Nketia. Kickoff is proudly brought to us by Shell, Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Politan Ghana, and Let's Let's Improve Life. Let's start off with the Black Queens, and they, for the first time in 9 years, have advanced to the semi-final after beating Algeria on penalties. Let's hear from Grace Asantua. She has big dreams for the Black Queens as far as that particular semi-final game is concerned.
I'm very, very, very happy, and yes, I don't. You know, I have been preparing for this. Ghanaians have been preparing for this. And today's game was like, we have to kill ourselves because Ghanaians have been like, now it's time for us to win this WAFCON. And also, an individual person, I have to win this AFCON because it's a great, a great tournament. And I would like, my name to be in the, in the history books, in Ghana, in Africa, in worldwide. So today I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy, and I know Ghanaians, you are happy.
So you heard Grace Asantua speaking there. Meanwhile, head coach of the Black Queens, Kim Las-Bjorgren, says Ghana's progress to the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations is the result of steady growth and unity within the squad.
I think we played pretty well, and I know how it is in football. Okay, one day you have a little bit unluck, or you're unlucky, and the next game it switch. Okay, so you get what you deserve, and I think it's in some way. Today it was in the end. Penalties. It can go in all different directions, but I believe that we had a little bit unlucky in the start of the tournament, and it came back now today. And the group is. I think it's always important in a tournament that you are growing as a group. Okay, if you're looking at the best teams in the tournaments, even if you look at the men's football or World Cup or whatever it is, it's normally like. It's maybe not the team that win the first game with 5-0 or whatever it is that's going to win the whole tournament. It's that team that keep growing and taking it step by step, and you have players that showing up like that you haven't seen before. And I think it's amazing with this group how they are moving forward the whole time, and players that are taking their chances. So
you had Black Queens head coach Kim Las-Bjorgren speaking there. Let's move it on to some other stuff and turn our attention now to the Black Satellites. They are out of the 2025 WAFU B Boys Cup after a 2-1 semi-final defeat to Cote d'Ivoire on Sunday at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence in Pram Pram. Now, a stunning long-range strike from Ali Kone in the 69th minute was enough to seal the win for the Ivorians, ending Ghana's title hopes on home soil. Now, Cote d'Ivoire will now face Nigeria in the final at the University of Ghana Stadium, while Ghana take on Niger in the third place playoffs. Let's get to some local football now, and veteran coach Abdul Karim Zito has been officially named the permanent head coach of Asante Kotoko, ending his interim spell with the club. Now, the announcement was made late on Sunday, July 20, with the Porcupine Warriors confirming he has signed a 2-year deal. Now, Zito, a former Kotoko player, took charge of the team following the departure of Prosper Nate Ogum just 2 months before the end of the 2024-2025 season. Now, this confirmation clears all uncertainty surrounding the club's technical direction. Let's get to some other stuff. And head of sports at the Ghana Police Service, ASP Bernice Rashida Timbila, says the strong brand and discipline of the service is why many of its officers excel in sports. She made the remark during a media visit to the Golden Arms, Ghana's national arm wrestling team, as they prepare for the African Championships in Abuja, Nigeria. Now, according to her, the police service trains its officers to serve with integrity and excellence, which reflects in their performance on the field.
Brand has to do with the brand of Ghana Police Service. We serve with integrity, and for that matter, whatever we do with integrity and everything that we have in us. So these men came out of police service, the kind of training they had, the kind of work they do, all informed what they are today. And I tell you, when they get there, you will see more of the reflection in what they do. It's what we are. We serve with integrity. We are trained to serve with integrity. So when we are asked to do something, we do it with integrity, we do it with all our strength, and for that matter, it is obvious that we will come out shining, and that is how come we have more than the others.
Let's get to some athletics now. And Ghana's 100-meter record holder Abdul Rashid Saminu says he had to drop out of school and take on some menial jobs before getting a second chance at track. Now based in the United States, Saminu clocked a new national 100-meter record of 9.84 seconds on Saturday in Georgia. He says he's grateful for the opportunity to run again and make Ghana proud.
Back in 2018, when I got back to Accra, I just stopped school. I don't want to do track no more because without school, you can't run track international. I was working in Ashama. I work in Ashama market, pushing truck, right, selling water in Accra. I was selling water with Moto King, everything. So I do a lot of work. Baller job. I did it. Throw. I was mate. My last job was delivery service in University of Ghana. Yeah, I was doing delivery service door to door just to take care of myself in University of Ghana. So after that, I left Ghana. So it was crazy. I stopped school. University of Ghana brought me back to track because I just stopped everything and they'll give me admission.
So you had Ghana's 100-meter record holder Abdul Rashid Saminu speaking there about his journey. Let's move it on to some Premier League stuff, and let's get to the camp of Newcastle United. Head coach is Eddie Howe, and he says striker Alexander Isak is happy at the club despite rumours linking him to Liverpool.
Yeah, I think it's difficult for me to give 100% clarity on any player. I'd never sit here and do that because it's football and you never know what can happen. All I can say is that Alex is happy at Newcastle. He loves the players that he plays with, the staff, the team. I've never had any issue with him other than really enjoying seeing his talent and seeing him express himself. And certainly, I'm confident that he's going to be here at the start of the season.
Now, speaking about Liverpool, they have agreed a £69 million fee with Eintracht Frankfurt for forward Hugo Ekitike. Now, that's according to reports in England. Now, talks are ongoing over performance-related bonuses, which could push the deal up to around £78 million. Now, both clubs are confident of reaching a full agreement soon, but the final details are still being discussed. Let's get to more Premier League stuff. And Ghana forward Antoine Semenyo says feeling valued at AFC Bournemouth influenced his decision to extend his stay with the club.
If you go somewhere, you want to feel wanted, and I didn't feel that. So this was my safe place. I felt wanted, and it's good to be back. So yeah, it feels great.
Does it show how much you're enjoying your football right now at Bournemouth?
Yeah, I think I just want to be playing. I want to be playing injury-free. I think that's the most important thing for me. And we've got a good group here, and we're wanting to achieve top things this year, so it's the best place to be right now.
Can you give us an insight what it's like for you as a player when you've got all this speculation, all this noise on social media, probably people messaging you, stopping you in the street and saying, where are you going, what's happening? What's that like for you? How do you deal with it?
It's a lot, to be honest. I try not to say too much to people. Let it flow, whatever happens, really. So I try not to put too much pressure on myself, let my agent deal with it, and just continue doing what I'm doing, just training hard, enjoying the summer, and if anything happens, I'll know.
So you heard Antoine Semenyo speaking there. Let's get to some boxing to finish. And Alexander Usyk, he cemented his legacy with a stunning knockout win over Daniel Dubois at the Wembley Stadium. Now, the Ukrainian dropped Dubois in the 5th round and finished the job with a clean left hook, securing his place as a 3-time undisputed world champion. Now, the Ukrainian says the win is for the people and hinted at a possible rematch with Anthony Joshua or a mega fight with Tyson Fury. So things getting spicy in the boxing arena. That's all for this morning's edition of Kickoff. Kickoff probably brought to us by Shell, Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytank, Ghana, and also Let's Share Ho. There's more sport at citysportsonline.com.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let Shego we improve your life. Let Shego, hey, let Shego, hey, let Shego, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let Shego we improve your life. Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytech we did for Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytech, the original, always the best.
The City Breakfast Show.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Stocks and savings accounts are great to truly build wealth. You need more. Real estate can be a powerful addition to your portfolio. Property is a long-term asset that often holds and usually increases in value, even when markets dip. With Petra's Easy Homes, you can invest in real estate with flexible plans and expert guidance. It's part of a smart, diversified portfolio. Just like a stool needs more than one leg to stand, your future needs more than one income stream. Dial *447*70# and let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Auntie can cook.
Dadamu Dado.
Me danger na nama McBrown.
But Dedo spices here what Jenny say. Nanya good taste. If we say yeah the natural spices and I you want all purpose stew, noodles, curry and nutmeg and a jollof. Dedo spices taste yummy, taste lemon. Dedo spices taste day inside. FDIG a good day in Kratoria too.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, a shiny purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, professionally different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank. Follow me, let's go now. Let's go. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. This is a bank like no other. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure
Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva cola, Piva orange, Piva cocktail, Piva grape, Piva tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
CDC Ghana Limited wishes to inform all business owners, industrial operators, and tenants within the Tema acquisition area that a special rent collection exercise will commence on the 2nd of July and run through to 31st of July 2025. All defaulting leaseholders and occupants are hereby advised to settle outstanding arrears of their house, shops, offices, and ground rent within this period. Failure to comply will result in strict enforcement actions, including closure and sealing of premises and legal recovering procedures. To avoid disruption of your business operations or loss of access to your premises, visit CDC head office at Community 1, Tema. Pay all outstanding arrears and collect official receipts. We urge all stakeholders to treat this notice with urgency to avoid reputational damage and operational disruptions. For further information, please contact our 24-hour call center on 0303 202 731. CDC Ghana Limited, leader in the real estate business.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
This is Citi
97.3.
$7:38 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Papa Youngson with a beautiful way to bring you back from the sports and business segments. And let me wish a few people happy birthday. Today, the 21st of July, happens to the birthday of a number of people. To Angelina Seidu of the Tax and Legal Department, and to Michael Asiedu of the Audit and Assurance Department, all of Deloitte, and to Charlotte Na Ajili Tete of the Tech and Transformation Department, and Yan Tiamo Asante of Tax and Legal. This is all Deloitte's birthday stuff from your country managing partner. And to Davis Kobo, and I tell you, sir, a distinguished Ghanaian agribusiness leader with extensive experience in farming, agribusiness. He's actually the president of FAGE and also of the coconut exporters. Big man. Mr. Davis Kobo, happy birthday to you, sir. From all of us on the Citi FM Breakfast Show team, wishing Laurentia of the Ghana Chamber of Mines a happy birthday. Laurentia Ua. On this special day, we celebrate not just your birthday, but also the incredible leadership and dedication you bring to the chamber. Your tireless efforts to promote the mining industry and support for members is truly appreciated. Wishing you wonderful celebration and a bright future ahead from your CEO, Kenneth Ashigbe. To you, Laurentia Ewa. Happy birthday to Honorable Charles Agbeve, MP for Agotim Eziope and board chair of the Ghana Vaccination Institute. On this special occasion, we wish you long life and prosperity. Coming in from Akushika.
Honorable Agbeve.
Charles Agbeve.
Not big man.
Of Agotim Eziope.
Yeah.
And to Ruhaina, manager GRCS at KPMG. Happy belated birthday from Fatima of Kamshi Sense and Beyond. I'm celebrating that my man be here. It's called Davis Kobo.
Davis. Oh, yeah, the economist and the big man. No. David Kobo, the big man. No. He is a certified big man.
I tell you,
internationally recognized.
National Farmers and Fishermen Association, Chairman of Africa Coconut Group, Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, Chamber of Agribusiness, which is a farmer's farmer. He's a big man. He's also the founder of Right FM, the only agricultural radio station in Ghana. Founder of Cotton Weblink Portfolio, Mango City Limited, Chemplan Company. No, Charlie, the man is a champion.
No, he's a man of timber and caliber. Come on.
He's a big man.
Oh, no, he's a big man.
So, Davis Kobo, happy birthday to you. Coconut and Co. Also wishing Abdullah Rashid of Mamobi Alhamdu, a Gari and livestock farmer, a blessed birthday. A Gari and livestock farmer, Abdullah Rashid of Mamobi Alhamdu. Yeah. This is coming in from Fatih of Kamshi Sense and Beyond. Time check is 7:41. Let me also do a few more. Happy birthday to Samuel Ama of TMK Metals Tema. May your day be as special as you, and may your heart desires be granted. From your baby girl Marianne Mensah, midwife at Ridge Hospital, with so much love.
There's this one that is coming in from one of our good friends, Gordon Sarr, who is saying that belated happy birthday to my former landlord. Which let me say the landlord be solid guy. Francis Edu Amankwa, aka Unero of Dansoman. Okay. Now may the good Lord continue to bless and keep him safe and healthy. Now, not many people can wish their former landlords, happy birthday or belated birthday.
Landlords, many Francis of them are very interesting.
Francis Edu Amankwa, no, you are a big man. No, we celebrate you this morning, and Gordon Sai is saying, Chale, you'll be May man.
All right, there's a few more. Yes. Happy birthday to Mom Sophia Lauren Ewu. May your special day overflow with love, joy, and health and peace. I'm grateful for every precious moment we share. We are truly blessed to have you. Mother, Psalm 92 verse 12 is what I wish for you. With all my love, your daughter Justina Ewu. To you, Sophia Lauren Ewu.
And this one says, good morning team, I want to use your platform to wish Mr. Kwame Jampo and his two children, Ayabia Jampo and Lucky Jampo, a happy birthday. Wish them all the best in life from their favorite auntie. Okay, Mr. Jampo shares his birthday with his two children. Good morning, please wish my son Effenberg Kwame Ajiman a happy blessed birthday. I wish him all of God's blessings. Good morning team, kindly wish my wife a happy birthday for me. Happy birthday to Mrs. Comfort 24 of Prince of Peace Presby Soweto. This is from your husband Eric 24 Oketechie and Nana Ekia.
What's the biggest takeaway from the MPP conference? Some highlight coming your way shortly. But let's remind you, if you're age 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15, this is your chance to write your way into folklore with the Literacy Challenge 2025, a 3-in-1 competition involving an essay writing, an aptitude test, and a quiz. We're taking entries for the essay topic in not less than 600 words to discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges will these effects pose for families, individuals, communities, and the nation? And suggest practical solutions to same. Your essay must be in your own handwriting, endorsed by a parent or guardian, and sent either by hand to the front desk of Citi FM or Channel 1 TV or mailed to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. Trust Challenge is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 and sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment. We're focused on writing this whole week. We'll be hearing from more writers as we encourage our kids to get their pens on paper. A couple of quick disclaimers. Anglo Gold Ashanti is cautioning the public against engaging in investment schemes being promoted on social media and allegedly being offered by Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana, including the TikTok account promoting an Anglo Gold Ashanti investment scheme. The company does not operate and has not authorized any person to offer any investment scheme on TikTok or any social media platform. So stay alert, protect yourself from fraud, and report suspicious activity to the nearest police station. Now, if you want verified information, go to anglogoldashanti.com or call 055-658-2933. That's 055-658-2933. Now, if you're looking for smarter, faster, and more secure way to manage your finances, look no further than First Atlantic Bank. Our mobile and internet banking solutions make banking easier, faster, and more convenient. Join the Purple Bank and experience the Purple experience. Safe, easy, and secure. First Atlantic Bank, freshly different. Rose Bank International University College is emphasizing practical over theoretical skills, acquire real-world access, expert career services, and discover global exchange opportunities. This is your chance to study at an internationally accredited institution without even leaving Ghana. Admissions are ongoing. Call 0307 007 800 or visit our website at riuc.edu.gh. You can also visit our state-of-the-art campus at Opebia House. Solis Microfinance is a digital lending and savings platform dedicated to empowering Ghanaians like you. With Solis, you can operate a savings account under 3 minutes using your Ghana card or personal mobile money number. You can start a targeted savings plan and earn market-beating interest rates. You can also transfer bank and mobile money wallets and easily deposit into your savings account at the click of a button. Grow stronger financially on your terms. Solis Finance, your money, your power.
And if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, you want a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence, equips you with real-world employability skills, enjoy all these and more with scholarships available to support your academic journey at Lancaster University, Ghana. You'll be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our campus in Ghana. www.lancaster.edu.gh is where you should visit and send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Call 0248 656 274. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Get paid smarter with Zenith Merchant Pay. Running a business? Make receiving payments fast, easy, and stress-free with Zenith Merchant Pay, the similar solution for SMEs and corporates. With Zenith Master Pay, you can receive payments via Momo, a QR code, bank transfer, or *966# Zenith Bank's USSD, all in real time. Also enjoy instant payment alerts and quick settlements and easy reconciliation. No delays, no stress whatsoever. Sign up for Zenith Merchant Pay today at any Zenith Bank branch today and enjoy fast, secure, instant payments anywhere in Ghana. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, ahead of the commemoration of World IVF Day on July 25, Accra Fertility Center, a subsidiary of Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital, is offering a special discounted consultation fee now through 15th, now to the 15th of August. Pay just 299 Ghana cedis to book an appointment with your experienced fertility specialist, whether you're just starting your fertility journey, looking for IVF services or an expert advice. Now is the perfect time to take that step with the trusted professionals at Accra Fertility Center. We provide you with expert care, state-of-the-art technology, and now affordable access. Don't miss this limited time offer. Book your appointment today and be part of the journey to hope, healing, and new beginnings. Call us on 050-157-7568. www.medifemhospital.com is where you schedule your consultation. Accra Fertility Center, where dreams of parenthood come to life.
So politics was heavy this weekend. The opposition New Patriotic Party held a conference, extraordinary conference, to make 56 changes to its constitution. Of course, the biggest issue for the day was not on the 56. That was the decision to choose its flag bearer first before choosing other national officers. It didn't really come up on the day because it had been announced earlier that this was what the council of the party had agreed to do. 2 of the 56 proposals were defeated. The proposal that wanted to redefine who a youth was from 40 to 35. The people between 36 and 40 said, no way, we are also youth. That I found quite interesting indeed. And then there was another amendment which was not allowed to go through. Now, the question is, has the MPP gotten over its challenges internally, or this is just the beginning, to the extent that the main issue of contention did not even come up? But it looks like a well-organized event, largely without any controversy, and also it appears as though the party is united in wanting to expand its electoral college from 220 to 280,000, although the electoral college will not be part of the, or that expanded electoral college will only in part vote for the presidential candidate. Some of them will actually take over in 2026 March. So the case for one member, one vote, does that entrench our democracy? So the premise for this discussion is that having strong political parties is almost a sine qua non for having good government. Our political parties are important for a number of reasons: organizing and mobilizing people, and also ideation and policy formulation to then become a government. What has tended to happen is that the organization part is pretty strong. It's the ideation translating to governance that has been challenging. But our political parties are well organized, which begs the question, is MPP focusing on the right thing by thinking of reorganizing first without necessarily going into more substantive issues? But some people believe that organization is the basis for everything. So once the party is well organized and energized, then they can deal with those issues. Of course, the big question was, have the decision to choose a flag bearer in January, albeit with an, you can say, a slightly expanded electoral college, because some other people will be included, will that mean well for the party or not? I don't know if that was roundly settled over the weekend. Maybe I'll start with Sky on this. It wasn't on the 56, right? It wasn't part of the 56.
No, because
issues.
the party took the view that this matter reserved for the National Council to take a decision on, and to the extent that that's within their constitutional ambit, as they argued, that should settle the matter. Of course, some people take entirely different view that this should not be a matter, because the National Council comes after the Congress or conference of the party. That's in the NPP's case is the conference. So once the conference is the most,
we always talk of expanding electoral college for political parties. I remember when NDC lost 2016, some people in the party blamed their loss partly on the expanded electoral college, because they felt that it took away agency from the hardworking duty bearers or executives at the local level. So they felt that expanding the electoral college was too sudden, too soon. So some of them did not really campaign in the 2016 election. If you read portions of the Kwesi Botchwey report, there were hints of that there. So it seems as if MPP is also trying to rethink whether the size of the electoral college has anything to do with the way the party is organized at the grassroots level, and whether it energizes the base or not. I'm not sure what that means. I think the main question we should ask is, what signal did this conference send about the party's sort of efforts at coming back together? Because it looks like there were some cracks. prior to the election and immediately after the election? Did we see enough to say these guys are coming back, they're speaking from the same hymn sheet? Or it's too early?
Well, I think listening to the speeches that were read, it would seem that all the speeches made those concessions. That, look, the party went into the elections thinking that it was going to return a victory. But it would seem that it did not work. Either the messages that they sent out that did not connect, or there was internal distrust. People were not united around the Elephant family. People thought that he had been forgotten for far too long. People became arrogant in office and were not listening to the grassroots. The party was not, minded to hold the presidency to account. The president was doing his own thing, and others in the party were doing their own thing. So the messages that came out of the conference sent a certain signal that it would seem that they are now willing to admit that, look, they took an injured horse to the race, and that horse lost so badly. Now the question is, how do you fix the problem? In attempting to fix it, we saw these sweeping reforms, which they believe will help heal the cracks and then put the party in a position to be able to prosecute a winning campaign come 2008.
Mike, looking at it from outside, I feel like maybe that's just half of the issue. So as I said, parties do two things. They organize, and then they also strategize with policy alternatives. So it looks like on the organization, so when you lose an election, you lose on the basis of poor organization and also because people don't like your governance. So it seems as if they are fixing the organization side. So let's organize better, let's have a stronger team. But whether the credibility of the party in the eyes of Ghanaians on the basis of how Nana-Addo governed will be addressed by the organization issue is what I'm not sure of. And whether, and the other question, what I'm not sure of is which one must come first. Do you sort of deal with organizational issues as a basis for saying let's present a credible alternative to NDC, or do you say let's admit that our governance was bad and our policies did not really favor Ghanaians, and on the basis of that reorganize? That's the question that I'm not sure I know the flow of.
I think it should be fixing the injured horse first before you.
Which one is the horse?
The horse being the MPP in this case.
As in the party organization.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because if the party is not appealing to even those within it, if people who are supposed to be founding members of the party, people who are former executives of the party, say that, look, they don't feel concerned about anything. They say country broke or broke, we day inside. You understand? That lackadaisical attitude led largely to some of the problems that the NPP saw, because in many places the people didn't even go out to campaign because they didn't simply care. You understand? So this attempt to expand the electoral college, if you are to call it that, to include former executives, we are told is also part of the effort to bring those people to the table so that they know that they have a stake. And where they know that they are a wazama, which is to say that their flower is in the flower pot, then they will contribute their quota. You understand? So without fixing the vehicle, I don't see how even the members of the party will feel attracted to it, let alone outsiders who are observing the party and saying...
So your point is that it makes sense to start with the way the party is structured.
Exactly.
And then when you are done, you sit together and ideate around policy alternatives and that type of thing.
Exactly. And I think the minority leader made that point when he used the example of the Indian Prime Minister during his years in
Narendra Modi.
Exactly.
Was in Ghana
the BJP was in a crisis of some kind, not attractive to anybody, not even members of the party. So what he did was to try to reform the party, make it attractive, and then move the vehicle to the ground to say, look, we have fixed this vehicle. We believe that having fixed it, it is the alternative to fix the problems of India. And then it got the attraction that it got, and eventually won the election.
I want to touch on the point. In Sky, I agree with you largely. I want to touch on the point about the operation of the party. The reforms appear well and good. For me, what is important is that there's a risk of it appearing cosmetic. Okay, at the risk of properly fixing the internal problems of the party, as Sky would say, the wounded horse, such that the biggest issue, a decision, a sort of blanket decision was taken by the leadership or the top hierarchy of the party. that is part of the problem. So if you isolate that, and there's a, I don't want to say autocratic, but there's a decision from the top.
Yeah, the National Council.
Then the question is, to what end
does bring back the
reforming the electoral college, expanding it, bringing in some kind of democracy with the election of women in the party? To what end? If the elephant in the room is not tackled.
Did you get the sense, guys, watching this, that there were people there who felt that matter should have been tabled? Because it seems as if between the time it was announced and the Congress Day, some level of work had been done. So at least the voices against it, I won't say have become less, they are less loud in my view. It's like there's been a bit of muting of those voices, whether deliberately or, because initially there was a lot of people who were saying they didn't like it. But it seems as if, like this morning I was listening to the news and I think Kofi Bentil was explaining again to Citi News why he believed that was a good decision. So it seems as if, even though it was controversial initially, it's sort of toned down a bit. Maybe there's a meeting of minds. Because the whole thing is, for me, if a group of people have their rules and they believe that this is what will serve their interest, so long as it doesn't violate any rule in Ghana, do you understand? I don't think it should be a problem. So if the party believes that this is the way to go, it's fine. The only problem is that if there's a big division and they don't resolve the division.
But the question is, who is the party?
Oh, but we know the party. So they listed the stakeholders. And in fact, in the 220,000, because your parties have officers, appointees in government, then you have paid up members, then you have supporters, then you have sympathizers. So in that chain I've just described, the first three are the party: the officers, the appointees, and the paid up members. They are the party, they are holding the party. Then the people who vote for the party regularly can be called sympathizers and that type of thing. Supporters and sympathizers. So it's the sympathizers and supporters may not necessarily be the ones to consult on this. So the officers, the appointees, and then the the card-bearing members are the people.
You see, but you see, the problem here is, as Kakra explained, this decision was taken by the National Council of the party, we are told. Now, the National Council, if you read or you look at the organogram of the NPP, is the second highest decision-making body of the party. In the absence of conference, it makes decisions in the interim. Now, the view that people take is that if you say that you are democratic and you believe in development in freedom, as they normally say, then some of these decisions, to the extent that it goes to the heart of deciding who should lead a party into the next elections, give it to the people with the highest making decision body to make that decision.
Their point is that the people who made the decision are the people the Constitution explicitly asked to do it. And nobody is challenging the constitutionality of that. The Constitution says the decision on voting day, the date for voting for presidential candidate, is the job of the National Council. And once the National Council has made that decision, nobody thinks, so unless they are saying what the National Council is unconstitutional, you can say it's not.
There are many people.
You can say it's counterintuitive. You know, you can say that you don't like the flow, but as legal people, an ordinary reading of the text of the MPP Constitution, there's nothing has been violated. At least from the way I see it.
People hold contrary interpretation.
Has anybody attempted that?
People have said that. I mean, they've not taken it to court.
Because I feel like if you believe strongly that, legal
I know there's somebody who went to court and filed some processes.
The person said
he dissociated himself.
Because don't put anybody in court who has not gone. Let's take success. We'll come back to this. Somebody name was put out that he's gone to court. He said, I didn't go to any court. Hey, Ghana. They put the guy's name and his address on it. He said, Yaku court, Charlie. I'm not in any court. All right, it's 8:03. Tech and social media trends is next. Is brought to us by
Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is running the junior internship program again, and this time we are trying to, maximize the vacation for the kids while they are home. So we are doing this so that they can win some prizes and also earn some experience in the real world of work. So if you have a child who is between 12 and below, please sign them up for the Kids First account, and for those between 10 to 14, sign them up for the Me First account, and then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. They'll have 5 exciting days of learning experience at any of First Bank's branches, and they receive a certificate along with products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent, who happen to be partners with us on this one, and also they stand a chance of winning attractive cash prizes as well. So call 0596 921 921 or email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com for more. The Ghana National Council of Private Schools is proud to be associated with this as well.
So Mr. Kwakufi is back with trends.
Good morning, Bernard.
Is it politics and sports?
Yeah, politics and sports, basically. So, obviously, the NPP Delegates Conference, which happened on Saturday, the trends have extended to today. The NPP trending because there were 56 motions that were put forward. 2 of them were rejected. The most significant one is the attempt to redefine the term youth to mean someone who is 35 years or younger, and that was wholly rejected by the delegates at the conference. A lot of people
who clearly are not within that bracket. So, with the greatest respect, it must have been self-serving for them.
This is the story of Africa.
Well, the other motions that were put forward include the super delegates conference or system being abolished, the fact that government appointees or party executives who wish to challenge contest for parliamentary seats where MPP have MPs already need to resign 12 months ahead of time. So a number of motions were put forward, and it was an interesting conference. But the term "which Ghanaians" is also trending because a couple of NPP officers try to or are saying that Ghanaians want them back.
Justin Kodia said Ghanaians.
So Justin Kodia, the NPP General Secretary, and then Dr. Stephen Amwa, who is the MP. So which Ghanaians? Yes. He was also the Deputy Finance Minister. They have been saying that Ghanaians are regretting voting for the NDC and wants the MPP back. Yeah, so which Ghanaians is definitely which Ghanaians is one of the trends. So moving away from that, before we get to sports, Bernard, you'll be interested in this. Lucky Dube and Bob Marley are trending, because this argument comes up every few years, but this weekend it was particularly hectic on social media. And who is the better reggae artist?
I don't think we
shouldn't do that. We shouldn't involve ourselves in that. It's like saying between Messi and Maradona, who is the best? Yeah. They are 2 different eras. Yes. It's a very bad argument. They complement each other.
Yeah. And the other question is, who has the better discography?
Oh, sorry.
Shouldn't do that. They shouldn't. You see, I'm Bob Marley and Lucky Dube, and we are happy to coexist. I'm Bob Marley's rep here. I'm Bob Marley's rep on
in the government.
He's Lucky Dube's rep, and we are both happy to coexist to share the title. It's like football. Who is the best footballer of all time? Is it possible?
Ronaldo,
well, it's subjective. The argument is subjective because it depends on what you want from your music, what impact you want your music to have, and I mean how you enjoy your music, which kind of rhythm, the flow, the lyrics that you want.
In those arguments, usually the older person is the epochal one because he breaks the glass ceiling, right? So, like Pele.
Yeah.
So even though somebody may objectively be better than Pele because of what he represents
and nostalgia,
so Bob Marley may have that because he is the guy who sort of mainstream reggae.
Yeah,
you might consider Lucky Dube to the next level. So I don't know. You should just get food to eat and stop that.
Yeah, so that's it for that one, and now we go to football. A lot of football trends. I'll just rush through them. Rashford is training, and Barcelona is training as well. because yes, Barcelona have agreed a loan deal with Manchester United. They'll cover all his fees, and then there's an option to buy him for 40 million euros next summer. So
that's big.
The Rashford saga seems to be coming to an end.
English players don't go to Barca; they usually go to Real.
Yes,
so that's
the last English player I believe was Gary Lineker.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, so
Rashford to Barca. Wow.
So an interesting move there. Liverpool are trending as well as Ekitike. Because yes, Liverpool have agreed a deal in principle to sign Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt, one young talented striker, but it's causing a ruffle in social media because the price. Liverpool are
is it your money?
They are paying about 90 million euros for Ekitike, which could rise to 95 million. So people are questioning Liverpool's transfer business.
You don't even have 10 Ghana cedis in your pocket. Some businessman, they doing business. They say the cost is too much.
You've already spent. The club has already spent 100 plus on Florian Wirtz and signed.
Is he a striker can use for?
Yes.
I mean, what is this? It's not like we are shareholders. We are not stakeholders in the teams. We don't have any voting rights. We are just supporters. It's like people sitting outside telling MPP what to do. It's the same thing. You are saying a supporter of Liverpool, then you say the people for
but you see, in the case of the MPP, our Supreme Court has held that.
Okay, let me take the MPP out. But let's go. Fenway Sports Group, they own Boston Red Sox. They own plenty teams. They are spending 90 million.
Invest his emotions.
Oh, please. Invest your emotions in the game, not in the business side. Because the business side is not, it's above you. You don't even understand how they make their money. So what's your point in saying that it's too much? On what basis? Oh, Charlie, let's use our ink and our data to do things that will bring money. And stop these nonsense things we are doing. That the player is too expensive.
Yeah, the next sports trend is the Black Queens. They've made it to the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations. They beat Algeria on penalties. They'll face Morocco in the semi-finals.
Oh, we have gone through.
We've gone through.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
And then they'll face either Nigeria or South Africa in the final.
Oh, beautiful.
Depending on if they get past Morocco. Yeah. So tech news and
before you do that though, I mean there's a video circulating from I think one of these cruise ships. A particularly devastating video.
The man has been caught.
No. In this case, you know what happened?
I saw the man who was in an embrace with some woman.
No.
Charlie, some man. You go cruise ship.
No, that was a concert.
That was a concert.
A Coldplay concert.
And then you took something along. But there's something.
He was caught by 50 million people. It has ended his business life. Not that one. Why is that in the news?
It happened on Friday. Astronomer.
I think it's still trending now. People are remaking.
Yes.
You know the
Titanic video type.
Exactly.
A chance for Ghana.
As my girlfriend say, mole.
But in this case, though, I think the cruise ship was on fire. And people were jumping overboard.
Seriously?
People were crying. It was a gory scene, really. I mean, the videos are out there. I think somewhere.
Maybe one day you should come and explain the concept of this cruise ship thing. I hear people really like it. They go on it and they stay like
3 months, 4 months, 6 months in some
It's basically a holiday venue just on a ship.
And you are moving from
the sea.
Place to place.
Moving from place to place. But the enjoyment, as they say, happens on the ship.
After Titanic, Charlie.
So where did the fire?
They are still investigating it.
Which part of the world is this cruise ship?
I think it's some. I forgot. It's Indonesia. One of those Asian regions.
Let's get into the.
So tech news is for content creators and Twitch, who are owned by Amazon. We know it's a live streaming platform, very popular. They are testing vertical videos now, or portrait videos, as some would like to say. Usually, Twitch is streamed like landscape, so that's how you're going to be able to stream on Twitch. But they are basically challenging now TikTok and YouTube and other streaming platforms that allow you to stream portraits. People say it's very uncomfortable to stream in landscape when you are holding your phone. You have to keep it this way or this way, but it's more natural when you are holding your phone this way to stream. So Twitch are testing the waters, and if they do get into that area, they are definitely going to challenge and be a big dog in that space. So that's it for tech news.
And just so the story by the Hindu Times says, a passenger ferry carrying hundreds of people caught fire at sea on Sunday off Sulawesi Island in Indonesia, killing at least 5 people, officials say. More than 280 people were rescued and evacuation efforts were still ongoing.
That was Tech and Social Media Trends.
You know, listen guys, one day an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack, and so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
CDC Ghana Limited wishes to inform all business owners, industrial operators, and tenants within the Tema acquisition area that a special rent collection exercise will commence on the 2nd of July and run through to 31st of July 2025. All defaulting leaseholders and occupants are hereby advised to settle outstanding arrears of their house, shops, offices, and ground rent within this period. Failure to comply will result in strict enforcement actions, including closure and sealing of premises and legal recovering procedures. To avoid disruption of your business operations or loss of access to your premises, visit CDC head office at Community 1, Tema. Pay all outstanding arrears and collect official receipts. We urge all stakeholders to treat this notice with urgency to avoid reputational damage and operational disruptions. For further information, please contact our 24-hour call center on 0303 202 731. CDC Ghana Limited, leader in the real estate business.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till you not now. Malaria chill. Popo. What do you do? I want you. No not. A dabako. No not. A damiano. No not. A damiansa. No not. And no not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who se malaria wa wumujum ansana wanum lona. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Yasako fa frabo. Pepper powder. Pepper ojawo. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna bunu abonje kra kra.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner, and hey, guess what? You can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial star 713 star 33 star 22 pound to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
On the Citi Breakfast Show. I have some very interesting comments coming through on this MPP subject. We'll come back to it shortly. But there's never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making it possible. Our low interest loans are back. Yeah, Santisu, Biomo, Santisu. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on controller and accountant general payroll, working with an SG Ghana listed institution, already banking with SG Ghana, this is your time. From now till end of September, apply and receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal business needs and enjoy unbelievably low interest rates during the Asante Su loan promo. Join thousands of Ghanaians transforming lives with the money they need at the rates they love. Visit any SG Ghana branch or call 0302 214 314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Now, in business, every moment without the right solution is an opportunity missed. As a business owner, you deserve a solution that can take your ambition to the next level. We're introducing the ABSA Mobi Tap, the solution that turns your Android device into your ultimate business partner. With just your near-field communication enabled mobile devices such as your phone, you can accept payments from debit and credit cards, plus mobile wallets quickly, easily, anytime and anywhere. Is your business ready to the next level? Then visit your nearest branch today. Sign up for ABSA Mobi Tap and unlock your business potential. T&C supply, your story matter. ABSA. Now on Saturday the 26th of July at 6 a.m. right at the Independence Square, history is waiting to be made. The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is around the corner and you can just jump in. The race category includes full marathon, 42.5 kilometer men, women racing, wheelchairs, etc., and 10-kilometer run, jog, walk, wheelchair category. Still haven't registered yet? No stress. You can still secure your spot and grab your race vest, t-shirt, and bib number at the ABSA Clubhouse in Ridge near the former British Commission. From now until the 24th of July. Time is ticking and this is your chance, so get ready. Visit blackstarmarathon.com or dial star 713 *33*22#. Bernard's favorite code *713*33*22#. So the Absa Black Star Marathon, Your Story Matters, joins us. Let's make it now for the books.
And by the way, Skaka, do you know the different? Do you like reggae music?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't invest as much as the both of you.
Reggae, you should, if you say you're okay reggae means you're not okay. Because reggae, you don't have to be okay reggae. You have to be immersed in reggae.
I'm not immersed.
But between Bob Marley and Lucky Dube, which one do you know?
I know both, but I would typically do a Bob Marley.
Okay. Caleb,
Bob will win for me.
Bob will win for you. I don't know why people generate these debates on social media, whether it's also a generational issue. Because I feel like Lucky Dube listeners may be a bit younger. Because Bob Marley was in the 70s and the 80s, and Lucky Dube was more 90s and early 2000s. So maybe that's also part of it. So some of these arguments, like Messi versus Maradona, they also show generational sort of differences in appreciation. You know, that's the way I see it. But you should like reggae.
Come on,
you should like reggae, my sister.
I hear you.
You can't survive here without reggae. It will cost you.
All right, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming.
Send us your comments 054-998-6996. That's our WhatsApp number. Now, when Republic Bank says they are the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. That's why we've reduced our city mortgage rates even further to a new low in the teens. This means you can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. But don't wait. The offer is only available for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send an email to myhome@republicghana.com or call 054-0109-649. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
No bullet to stop us now. We need to beg, no, we won't bow.
Did you know this one? Have you heard this song before?
Yes.
What's the title?
I don't know the title.
It's called Jammy.
I would have guessed that, but I don't invest as much as.
You should invest too. Reggae is good. You know why you don't like reggae?
But I didn't say I don't like reggae.
Did you travel? You know those times when you go to when Sky travels abroad, you are in the cold. Reggae makes so much sense when you are a black man in the Western world in Babylon. Yeah, you will love reggae.
Babylon system.
There's a certain revelation of the songs you get when you are in a strange country. In Ghana, you don't get it. It's like when you enter the UK system, and you see the system and they say, "Hey, Charlie,
is it me?
You are right."
Babylon system.
It's a vampire. I'm telling you.
I wanna jump with you.
Okay, so I want to play you some quick voice clips from the MPP conference. Dr. Baumia spoke. Although I need to say there's some small thing going on. So the Herald said Baumia overshadowed the others. And if you are in the place, it's very clear. Now, the Kennedy team says that those who were outside the stadium...
They had more support.
But the stadium...
No, the party was outside the stadium.
So they sent the statement saying that, no, the whole thing was like Baumia's popularity. No, it's because he was in the stadium.
So it
reminds me of Sunyai. The Fonka and then the Fonka, what's Fonka?
Remind us.
Friends of Nana Kunedu Rollins and then Mills. They also
20.
This must have been 2012 or 2012. Fonka game. Fonka game. Yeah, Fonka game.
Get Mills elected.
Yes, that's right.
And then Fonka is friends of Nana Kunedu.
The same argument was made. You know,
that's what
when Mills entered the space, you know, the
place was.
But when our woman also entered, you know, like the place was dead. You know, people.
And then the supporters said they were small. But I don't think the outcome of MPP will be as clear as the Mills was. Mills was the undisputed winner of that thing. MPP is a bit more serious because now we've seen Kwame Japan has entered the race. So as we speak now, you have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former Vice President, Kennedy Ohine Japan, former MP. Then we have Dr. Yause Duchum, former Education Minister, current MP. Then you have Kwabna J. Japan, former General Secretary, has entered the race. and there's a couple other names that are in there.
You have the
Brian Ichampong, MP for Ebetifi. Then
Francis Adayoni,
he's always there. He's always like part of the, Adayoni. Has he said he will go?
Well, I mean, he was seated on the days with the big boys who are also running.
So he's always there.
He was certainly
There's also a strong view that Boache Jako may run. So that's about 6 already.
We don't know of the Jogate situation. He's also a serious contestant.
And we also haven't heard from Napo yet properly. But I follow him on social media, and he's very active in the party. So even though he's not officially announced anything, you can see from the post that he's involved. So like he would post about meetings he's held, programs he's attended. So, and you see, usually we follow this job. When you see a politician who's ready, who's media ready,
or putting the scheme
you
together.
can. So I'm not saying he's going to run or anything, but you can tell that if he is impressed upon to run, the machine will be there. You get it? Because the way they do the post, and they document everything. So maybe he visits parliament, he goes to a funeral. You can see that his people are very well organized. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Did you say Kwabena Japan?
Yes,
Kwabena Japan has entered the race because we've seen
a huge billboard.
Billboards, we've seen announcements on social media.
I thought he was Dr. Baumia's campaign advisor and the just ended.
But that's the thing with MPP, which you shouldn't forget, is that they have a history of having a lot of candidates.
Okay.
If you compare MPP to NDC, usually MPP has more candidates than NDC all the time. You remember this when Kufuor was leaving office, and this was the first time that tradition had come to power in over 30 years. There were 17 people who wanted to run, including his vice and about 12 of his ministers, including his spokesperson. All right, so it's pretty normal. In fact, the reason they brought up the special delegate, what do you even call it?
The super delegate.
The super delegate was, I think, a knee-jerk reaction to that 2008 situation, 2007 situation. That there were too many people and it didn't really go down. So they wanted to whittle it down to 5, which now they are saying they don't want anymore. So it's almost like they are making the rules as they go, which I'm not sure. I don't know whether that's a good thing. Is it because you learn from the past, or do you have a long-term view? Does it seem as if they are, how shall I say, they overreact to defeat? Because in 2008 they brought this kind of voting.
This whole thing about so many people wanting to be president, I think it's failure of leadership, in my respectful view. Why should you have 17 people in a party say they want to be leaders?
Why not?
No. So you see, that's why you endorse the NDC's position in some of these matters. Yes, democracy says that open the process, let people participate. But the same system allows you to use your own structures to suppress some of these interests. So if someone, you know that this person really brings nothing to the table in terms of he doesn't have even the convening power.
How do you measure that?
But we have seen from 3 or 4 elections now.
It's very clear that some people
are just wasting everybody's time. So why do you allow those people to
but the problem though is that the names who are popping up, some of them have not yet been tested. So you cannot. I agree with Sky that sometimes the numbers. So NDC has a way of knowing whether somebody's serious or not. Yes. But that's their history. Because, you see, the thing about political parties is that their history is important in the way they go about things. There's Rawlings, there's the Swedo Declaration, there's Mills. Then there's attempts to get Mills off, which didn't succeed. And then there's Mahama. So for NDC, it's much easier. Even though Alabi and Co have tried, it's not the same as MPP. MPP is almost like you have to open up the process because the history of the party is different from that of NDC. And if you try to suppress them, you may lead to cracks. That's number one. Number 2, some of the names we are seeing now have not yet been tested for you to say you don't know. So, for example, Educhum. We don't know how popular he is yet. Okay. Presumably, he was very favored in the grounds when Napo was chosen. Some people felt he should have been the right person. He believes being education minister gave him the chance to show his work to a lot of Ghanaians. So, this is a chance for him to show what he can do. Brian Ichampong. Okay. So, my point is that you can say that maybe some of them who have been running for many years haven't been an impressive. But Sky, you see, it's not like that because so you have Bawumia, obviously the front runner. You have Kennedy Japan, who gave a good account of himself in the last election. Okay, Kennedy Japan has been there since 2000 and whatever. He ran
2008.
So he tried for after the Kufuor one. Then he's been there, general secretary.
It's a fine brain, in my view.
Loved by media.
Yeah,
so he always gets good media coverage. And an engineer. right? So he didn't get a lot of votes, but he could. Some of them can argue that it was because of the way the voting was done for the. They broke the voting into two.
Yeah, the super delegates.
So some of them say the super delegates skewed it. So by the time they got few votes, they didn't even have a chance. That if you had opened it up. So maybe this will let people know their real size. Yeah. Okay. Then you have who else is in the race now? So I've mentioned Educhum, Brian Champong, Kennedy Japon, Kwabene Japon, Ejaku. So I'm saying maybe Ejaku and Kwabene Japon may make the case that the super delegates didn't favor them, but they are more popular on the ground. So if they had gotten into the top 5, who knows? So maybe the party should allow, so people will know their true size.
Is a thing that just a question. Is it that people want to put themselves up so they are considered as running mates in the event someone emerges flag bearer, then they've built a base, then they can say that okay, over the period as I was campaigning to be the flag bearer, I've garnered this base. So if you make me your running mate, then I'm a good.
That's a good question. But if you look at the history of running mates for all our parties, I'm yet to see somebody appoint his opponent as a running mate. So I don't think that's a good, because from even Baumia, he didn't appoint Napo didn't run against him.
He did.
And Nanado, Baumia didn't. So they usually pick somebody that they believe will complement them. So I'm not sure. I feel like the strategy of putting yourself out there, if you do well, it positions you as a party leader. So even if you don't win, if you do well, when they are mentioning party people, you will be there some.
Okay.
If you look in the case of NDC, almost all the people who run against Mahama have been given positions. Joshua Alabi is the board chair of GCB. Guzitano is the head of 24 Hours. That's a presidential
staffer.
No, he's the senior advisor. Sylvester Mensah is also
Exim Bank.
Who else ran against Mahama?
Who else is there? I mean, some guy who tried then.
No, but I think those who went on the ticket were about 5.
Or 5.
I forget one of them.
Okay, then maybe there's somebody else there.
Bagbin.
Oh, yeah,
Bagbin is
speaker, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. NDC's history is NDC is a different. So even though their style is very different. So for example, give me an example of what Sky is saying. When President Mills died and President Mahama took over as president, normally for an election, for 2012 election, you need to open up the process.
But they just went with him.
So it's possible that if it was MPP, they could have said,
contested.
Let's allow the people to run. NDC said, no, we don't do that. They said, Charlie, we don't want any trouble. The guy has taken over. We are still morning meals. We don't have time for those things. You understand? So, and nobody has raised any issue. So the tradition of the two parties is not the same. Okay, but it seems as if MPP, because of this over opening up, it creates problems and cracks for them that they are having to fix as they go along. So now they had to do the super delegates to fix the 17. Now they realize that the super delegates is not working. They are removing it. So that's what Sky is saying. There needs to be some strong leadership to say, look, we are in a difficult time. Let's think long term. It seems to me as if MPP is not. They haven't come to a reckoning yet. That's my view. And the reckoning, maybe this is part of it, but I feel like the reckoning will include more long-term strategic decisions.
Kojo Bonsu is there.
Yes, Kojo Bonsu is now ambassador to China.
And
Dufo as well. Yes. So it seems as if the reckoning. So, for example, if you listen to the general secretary of the party, he's quoted as having said, Ghanaians have regretted voting for NDC. I mean, that cannot be correct. It's too early. You don't have any basis for saying that. You see, but there's the thing. People do politics as usual. All right. So they assume that they just need to keep doing the things they do in the past because that's what politics is about. But Ghanaians have become a bit more sophisticated. And I feel like people require a bit more you have to be more realistic with Ghanaians. And realistic in your expectation about Ghanaians wanting to prefer you. Okay. I mean, there's a general feeling that Mahama has started very, very well. All right. In fact, one of the opponents of Mahama said that Mahama is the most best prepared president in terms of having had the chance at it twice and coming back to run in this. He knows what to do. You get it? So I saw a video of him at Crowfro Market. Market women were hailing him, and if you go to Blekuso as well. So it's very difficult for a party like MPP And I think it's even strategically wrong to start with this, people are tired of NDC kind of thing. That's not where you should go. You should go more into choosing people who can sort of reflect a new image for the party.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that people can say, when we see MPP, because we need a strong opposition, we need an alternative, because the government in and of themselves are predisposed to do wrong. It's almost like power corrupts. So once a government is formed, you need an opposition to be well set. It's in our interest, whether you're NDC or MPP, for the opposition to be well organized, so that they can provide a credible alternative and hold the government to its toes. Because a lot of what they do, a lot of people can't do it. But in doing so, it should not be some willy-nilly, Ghanaians are tired of NDC, so MPP should come. No, MPP needs to do self-introspection. They need to spend some time. In fact, I even think they should have found a way of getting some of the principals to cool off. Do you get it? So, like, you remember when Akufo-Addo lost in 2012 after the election petition? He traveled. He gave a very nice speech that he disagrees with the verdict, but everything in him suggests that he has to accept. So he accepted and went to the UK. He was out for a few months. The public, he went out to the public for a while. And then when he came back, people were energized. Do you get it? So when he came back for the 2016, there was some energy there. He said, I've reflected and I think I want to go again. I don't even think MPP has given some of their principals, like Dr. Baumia, the chance to even cool off.
You see,
it's a bit of it's like you are forcing the elections too early.
You see,
that's the view I get, but I don't know.
I understand that position, and I think I discussed it on some other platform. But you see, the two situations are not the same.
Okay.
You have Nanado, who had built his own cult or substance within Ghana, and then also the MPP, and established himself firmly. You understand? And therefore, even when the establishment pushed a different candidate against him, he won and
reasonably well.
And then went on to build himself into the party, consolidated and
from
brought
08 to 2012.
Exactly. So then when he said that, look, I've lost this election, I dispute the outcome, I went to court, the court said, look, I didn't have merit in my case. Well, I disagree, but I would accept because of all the things I've done over the years. And then he left the country.
Yeah.
He left knowing that, look, this seat, I'm coming back to it.
If he said he was going to think.
No, he was going to think. But
he was going to.
No, I understand.
It's possible he would have said, "I'm tired."
I mean that was
secure.
That's right. That's
saying he was
more secure.
Yeah, so he had that assurance in his mind that, look, I've done so much for this tradition that even if I come back saying that I want it back, I believe that people are there ready to secure my return for me. But you don't have the same for Dr. Baumia.
I get you.
You understand? Even as he was on the ticket, there were people who, according to they themselves, were undermining him. Now you want to leave the seat, go and think in the UK. By the time you come there, I wouldn't
hear me out.
I understand the position.
Hear me out. When Dr. Baumia conceded to John Mahama, I think it was his finest hour.
Beautiful.
The way he went about that concession speech was him.
Yes.
I think he wrote that speech himself. He spoke from his heart. This is the man. Now, Ghanaians took notice of that. All right, Ghanaians took notice of, because sometimes when you are in politics, you are forced to present a certain view because that's what the policies of the time demands. But there are occasions where we see you as who you are. And in that concession, we saw the man.
Solid.
All right, and I felt like that was enough capital to say, and by the way, everything people do in MPP, people still want to know what does Baumia think, whether you're MPP or not. So he already has a position in the party. Okay. And the way he lost the election too has gained him sympathy among MPP people. So I feel like, but to establish a certain, Ghanaians must miss him a bit. So I feel like he should have, or he could, maybe not should, I don't know, but he could. He could have said, Samira and I are taking a 2-month break. Relax. Wait. To reflect, no. To reflect on our journey, because Sky, the journey began in 2007 or 2008 when Akufo-Addo made him the running. 2008. Wait. 2008 to 2024 is 16 years. It's a massive journey. To say, look, I'm taking a break, going back to Buckingham University for a 1 year. Okay, 1 year is too long. 6 months
sabbatical
to think through our journey and to make a decision. Now, whatever happens whilst he's away, people will still be wondering. We want to know whether Bawumia will stand or not. This is me as an outsider talking without knowing all the ins and outs of MPP politics. Your men are on the ground working, but you see, because the thing is that you can win the MP, but you also need to win Ghanaians. You get it? And I'm saying that he needs to have a strategy around his being brought to the public domain outside just MPP. The thing I'm saying is that MPP is sucking you into their politics. And when they suck you into the politics, that in a way can also annoy other Ghanaians who are not necessarily NDC or MPP.
Yeah, but you see...
So I'm saying, let me finish. So I'm saying I felt that the recourse to hardcore partisan politics was quite early.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very early in the day. I mean, to be very honest with you, Mahama's government formed properly probably last month when his DCs were all in position. Okay, so usually you take about 6 months to form a government. He chose his ministers early. But you can say that he formed the government properly by June. But prior to that already, you know, they are all in the news. And I feel like there's also a bit of fatigue there. And then to add a conference to it, to do 56 changes, you know, it's a lot to take in for even an MPP supporter who just wants to, because I'm sure an MPP supporter will say, you know what, this defeat was bruising, so I want to sort of cool off a bit.
I agree with you.
You know, but what's happening is that the 2028 mode has been activated very early. But that only helps people to compare Akufo-Addo's governance with what Mahama is doing. And that doesn't serve you well. So if you had a general secretary go and say, oh, Ghanaians have regretted voting NDC.
It sounds a bit delusional.
What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Which Ghanaians? You know, so, but that's the point. Yeah. Because you can let him say that the general secretary of the party.
Yes, which is entitled to.
But
but you are also entitled to
critique. The flag bearer types have to be insulated from some. Of course, I don't know whether because of some of the way people have been arrested and things, they feel like if it goes away, the space guy is saying that if it goes, it's like Matravu Magboy. As you know, there's a saying we say like by the time you leave, somebody come and take over. But I'm not sure that
MPPs I don't think it would have been. I mean, if I was in a position to advise him, or is it I were?
Both are correct.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that go travel in the circumstances. Even if you are traveling, it would have to be, you know, for a very thin period.
Absence doesn't make the heart grow fonder.
Because look, I mean, there is a real and present danger to his continuance. Is that a right phrase? Yeah. As candidate of the party.
Think absence will make it worse?
Absence will make that worse because the moment you see
for just 6 months.
Bernard, by the time he comes back,
make a grand entry. Mafia is back. By the time you say, oh, after Charlie, then you issue a statement after careful consideration. Having spoken to Samira and the Council of Elders, Kufuor and Akufo-Addo, I have taken the decision. It will create a buzz.
By the time that he comes back, the vehicle the bus that he's using to go around.
The bus disseminate.
You will even find a bus.
You know, because if you have a situation where one of your senior advisors for your campaign is also contesting, right? And many of the people who are within your core campaign team are following your very key contenders, then I get Sky's point. Because you see, now, if you check some of the candidates like Kennedy Agyapong in particular, and if you see the number of people who are garnering for him online,
the young guys.
It's young guys who are professionals. And these people have influence on their peers. And I think that the next election is really going to be run and decided by these people. Critical young professionals.
He can't afford to go.
Exactly. You know, I have a friend.
You leave your troops.
I have a friend who worked closely with a minister in the previous government who is now supporting Kennedy very strongly.
When you ask him, what did he
say?
And
he tells me that, look, if at this age, I'm 36, I have a wife, I have 2 kids.
Economics.
Yes. If a presidential candidate or someone who wants to be flag bearer reaches out to me,
you mean he calls my personal phone
to join his team,
he calls my first
that
name.
means that in his next government, do
you see the winner?
Something good. So you realize that the candidates are really infiltrating Dr. Bawumia's camp, and for young people who really followed him,
he can't sleep.
You get it. So I really empathize with Dr. Bawumia because even during the campaign, he really worked really hard, and to think that right after campaign he still has to be doing all that he's doing is a bit
because
but I get your point, Bernard.
The health, you see, forget about political strategy. I even think the president of Ghana, when he won that election,
should have taken a break
because you notice he had lost his voice. he won the election. A week after,
he looked very tired.
His office,
Togo or so.
his office was inundated with visits. It's almost as if he was president, and it's been that way since he won the election. I'm not sure you want to put people through that, because you see, sometimes, and he just did another round of thank you talk. I feel like sometimes we work the people to a point where, and you see, Sky, when burnout comes, sometimes it affects decisions. So
I know.
Because some people even assume that the previous government, it got to a point where that Akufo-Addo was tired. Because Ghanaians are difficult people to rule. You see? And when you imagine, the man does campaign across the whole country, he wins on December 8 or 9. By December 10, US ambassador, EU ambassador, different groups are there in his cantonment office until transition. It's for me, it's too much. You need to say, look, the president the president-elect has taken leave and is away for 1 month. The country will not come to a standstill.
That's true.
You get it? We need to trust institutions to work, which is why we need a strong civil service. The reason we are not able to do these things is that it's like people feel like if I close my eye one day, no, I'm going to be fired.
But that's a real concern.
Yeah, but
if
we
you
need
step
to
away for 1 month, the opposition is going to capitalize on that.
But what if you die?
And frame.
But stepping away for 1 month is dying. Because you see, sometimes we play, and I'm talking of a health issue now. You cannot put somebody through. Look at our vice president. You can't put somebody through a campaign. Look, I am not a government official. Sometimes when I go and cover, like MC these government programs, look, I can go to a program, okay, at 10:30, which the president is coming to. This is the second program of the day. He leaves by 12. He's at another program. Then he sits on a plane and goes to Tamale to do something. In the evening, he's meeting some ambassadors. Like, how can a human being do this? And the vice, like, it doesn't make sense to me. And it's like our political leaders are being forced to go through all this. And sometimes you can burn out. And when you burn out, it allows the foxes to come in and start making strange decisions because you are tired. You get it? We need to manage, and I'm using it as a broader point. We need to manage our leaders in a way so we can get the best from them.
You see, so then I think the call then would also be on people who are aspiring to also find the opportunity to say that, look, in the interest of fair competition, let us all win. But you see, when people are not ready to hold their horses and you know that there is potent threat to your survival, what do? You then come back in. And then if you do the elections quickly enough in January next year, and then you win, then you can say that, okay, now that I have secured...
Masa, look, Sky, if they, in fact, I even thought they should have moved it a bit later. Because
I agree with that one too.
Think about it. A president has won an election December 7. He hasn't even done a full year. By end of his first year, so because think about it, Mahama won in December 7. He was sworn in January 7, 2025. By the end of January 2026, his opponent for 2028 is okay. It's not his opponent because he's not going to run anymore. You can't do that. You cannot have. That's why I agree with CDD and Co. We need to have a certain system where
cooling off period.
Because look. So basically, the opposition from 2026 January have a flag bearer who will basically be an alternative government to the government which has spent just a year in office. I mean, how preposterous is that? Like why? Let's not forget that we are trying to build a nation. So yes, we need to do politics. We need political parties to alternatively. That's why we have parliament. I feel like they should say, look, the leadership of MPP in parliament didn't Bagbin and Doajaho when Kufuor won. They held the fort when NDC had chosen Mills. Did NDC collapse? But that's what made Bagbin even a star. From 2000, 2001, 2002, you should have seen him and Doajaho. They single-handedly, and they had lost a massive election. All right? Don't nobody kid you. The defeat MPP gave NDC in 2000 was very big. But they didn't just say, January, no, we are selecting Mills again. They had to heal their cracks. See what they did. Because there were people who wanted to challenge Mills. They went through all that process. Mills came back. Kwesi Botchwey went against Mills. Mills won again. And then they presented him in 2004. By which time, the opposition in parliament started carving a niche for itself. So by the time Mills comes, then he rides on that to contest. You get it? So I feel like sometimes we should also learn from that. Not just the fact that within the party, there's a clamor. Which is why I come back to you. If there's strong party governance, you see, NDC seems to have stronger party governance where they can say, look, we will put our foot down. You get it? There are too many big. There are too many big men in MPP who undermine the party leadership. Once the guy is general secretary, he's general secretary, whether he's 26 or 36 or 76. People need to understand this. And from the way I see it, it's like people feel like, no, who is he?
Yeah, he's
the general secretary. Let him do his job. You see, if we don't do that, we cannot grow institutions. So now everybody can sit in his house and make a statement and say, I disagree, I agree, something. Then you are forcing all of this. You get it? He is the general secretary of the party. You cannot then say, because of that, no. So now you are creating a situation where absurdities are being promoted in the name of party unity. And we forget that it's Ghana that is at stake. You see, we've been blessed with two political parties. Fine, they have problems. They have other parties. These two political parties have been in power for 30 years. So clearly, Ghanaians seem to prefer them or whatever. They found a way of winning. In one way, you can say they are our worst problem. But in another way, we can also say that these guys have solidified our 30-year Fourth Republic. So let's applaud them. But let's ensure that they build strong institutions, strong internal party governance, so that when the lottery of NDC or MPP is put out, we will still get a good person. And you can't get a good person if the system you are using is flawed. Do you get it? But the way it's going, it's like politics or nothing else. I don't think that's right. You have a country that has so many challenges externally. You need to allow the government to also settle. Do you get it? No, just the truth.
But you see, the truth is also that you see the opposition must never be silent. You know, and people will quickly point out to you that when Mahama lost 2016, massively in excess of 1 million votes or thereabout, people say, it didn't take long for him to come back and start criticizing the government when he thought that things were going wrong. Because the moment the opposition goes silent, governments think that they have the blank check to do whatever they want. So yes, you made the right call that yes, in Parliament, the opposition there should be leading the line. But as I pointed out, the strategy is different now because the man himself doesn't feel secure. And it is because of the threat posed by people who are willing to even pull the rug from under him. So what do? You want to be in a position to control that matter. Get it, go on to install people you believe will protect your interests in the national elections of the party, and then the regional elections, the constituency elections, and the branch elections. Once you are satisfied, then you can now say that, okay, I have my troops, and I believe that I can leave the scene for a while, go out there, cool off, and come back.
Does that mean that, okay, I think your point reveals something. It means that he may not trust the way the party is structured to hold it together
in his absence.
You see the thing, which what brings another problem, so that flag bearers then become dominant over the party. That's another problem MPP creates. So that if it's Akufo-Addo, he overshadows the party leadership. Now, if the party leadership were independent and strong, then they can oversee a fair election of a presidential candidate where nobody can skew the press to favor anybody because somebody's gone on leave. But because the party at the center is not that strong in terms of the executive, if the former vice president leaves the scene, then things may happen on the ground that if the so for me, what you're saying, the problem is that the party at the center has not been solidified. The institution is weak because the candidate at the time, Akufo-Addo, overshadows it. Now, what you're going to do with this new system is just to replace Akufo-Addo with Bawumia or whoever wins. Because whoever wins is going to also overshadow the executive. So the executive will continue to be puppets. But you see, there's a reason why our political parties, their governance must be separate from government.
Yeah, but so the
I'm coming on. Because when you have a strong party chair, example, General Mosquito, with a strong general secretary, there's a role, because sometimes when people get into government, they tend to be insular, they tend to forget about why they were in power. So you need a strong party on the ground to say, this is, do you understand? So that, but what tends to happen in MPP is that the governor, the flag bearer takes over. So the party becomes weak. So that there's always a problem with the contest when the flag bearer leaves. And that, you and from what you're saying, that cannot be cured. And if they now do the flag bearer election first, it's going to worsen that. Because then that means that whoever wins the flag bearership sort of whips everybody else below into line to support his flag bearership. All right. So is it what's the difference in a party as an organization? They have party school. They have a party structure. With the flag bearer being the government, because don't forget that they are, for example, even in Europe, there are governments sometimes whose parties say this decision you are taking. Why do you think Trump always has to go back to his base? You have to check with the people who put you there. So you need a strong party. So the fact that you've won election doesn't even mean you discard the party. The party needs to be strong on its own, so it can remind you of their values. Do you understand me? So it's a difficult thing, and you see, because I'm not a politician, I'm not sure if I'm just speaking as an ideal situation.
You see, that's why you need to temper that with the political reality too.
Okay.
So you see, the MPP says that they want to cure that mischief, but in my view, they are going to create further problems. So what have they done? Over the weekend, they approved motions amending the party's constitution to say, for instance, within the steering committee, there's no role for the president. So, president, get out. We are going to do our own thing. Then, when it comes to who leads the party at all material times, they have varied the position currently to say that it is the national chairman of the party who leads the party at all times.
Not the flag bearer.
Not the flag bearer.
At all times.
At all times.
Even in government.
In government. Now, so you see, that then.
I seriously?
You see, that then.
So, like, as they are speaking, so if it's MDC, they'll say, as you speak, General Mosquito is the chairman of NDC.
Exactly.
Right? And not Mahama.
And then he's the leader of the party.
Okay.
You understand?
That's what they want to do.
Now, the question you ask yourself is, if you have a truly strong general secretary, national chairman, who believe that the party should be run in a certain direction, then you have a president who believes that I am the president. I am the one with the purse. I am the one who can dangle the carrots and say, a party person, blah, 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 come, I can fund the party and all of that. What happens to the party? Would the party not be dragged in opposite directions? I believe that in an effort to deal with this problem, the perception that somehow Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president, overshadowed the leadership of the party and perhaps caused them to do his will, they are creating a problem which would deepen
they are solving the problem that could create another problem.
Because if the two of them cannot work together, then you are likely to go nowhere.
Wow. So don't use a problem for a previous election cycle to create a long-term. So maybe they should have thought of a more long-term solution to the problem.
Exactly.
This seems to be another knee-jerk reaction.
In my respectful view, the council of the party looked at some of these proposals. The national executives looked at it, and then the
was
conference.
Was it debated roundly?
Well, they sent out the proposals, and people were thought to have looked into it at the grassroots level. And then when they went there, they say aye, nay, and then they say the ayes have it. But in my respectful view, I think there's a problem with that particular.
They should have thought through some of them.
And then there's another proposal that was made that, when you are a government official, a minister, a CEO, a deputy minister, maybe a DCE too, and you want to run as a candidate in either the presidential elections or the what do you call it, the parliamentary elections, you should resign a year or so beforehand, before the elections, which is to give everybody a fair chance. Now, some people would say that yes, I mean that's a good argument to make, but the opposite, exactly, for fairness. But the reverse is also that if Baumia is the president and is seeking re-election, would he resign?
So if the head would not resign, why would the others resign?
Exactly. I mean, if the principle is that you want to create level playing field,
then why doing that for the president?
Exactly. Unless you want to say that for the president, when he is elected, nobody should contest him. So two straight terms, and then he goes back. But if the principle is to ensure fairness,
you can't.
Exactly. What you do then is to leave it to the appointing authority. That look, Mr. President, you think that this gentleman is using his position,
or you can tell, so the president can advise them.
Exactly.
But you don't force. So they are sort of doing permanent changes to things that a bit of good sense can solve.
Exactly.
Maybe because in the previous 8-year history, they didn't find that, I don't want to use the word good sense, but it seems as if what everybody thinks is reasonable, people didn't do it. So now they are having to put it in law to ensure that it is done.
But it's rigid.
Very.
And that's what creates the problem.
So it's like it's knee-jerk.
Yes.
But can you really blame them? Because you are in a situation where I actually feel like psychologically, when you go through such a defeat, you go through 4 stages. And I actually think that stage, no, seriously, that stage should be fully gone through. You know, you cannot force healing, because there must be reckoning, there must be acceptance, then there must be reflection, then you must rebound. If you compress the process, it's like unresolved grief leads to rage. Psychology, right? If somebody dies close to you and you say, oh, baby, okay, one day you come on air to go and say something and you start crying, ma, because the grief is still there. So what you need to do is, that's why they say, oh, take his phone from him. Don't let him go to too many meetings. Our ancestors are not stupid though. When somebody dies, they say, the woman, don't talk, sit down, let the woman sit next to you. It's not because they want you to go through a process so that you yourself, you can be released. So we should learn from that. And a defeat of that nature, and I don't think the problem MPP is that they lost the election. That's not the problem. I think for them, the problem was the way it was lost. Yeah. Do you get it? Because people lose elections all the time. Elections are won and lost in Ghana almost every 8 years. But I think the way it was lost sort of shook them to the core and is making them ask themselves, is it that we didn't know or we were not? I mean, how did we lose so badly? Do you understand? Because I think they assumed that, oh, NDC is offering Mahama, but I mean, it's not that wild. Yeah. They thought it would be a closer race. Okay? So, and to resolve that, I don't think it's a question of the way you are organized around the party. It's more substantive governance issues that the public lost trust in the governance of the MPP. I take your point that you need to repair the party. But I don't think that should necessarily be the priority. The priority is to regain Ghanaians' confidence. And the Ghanaian confidence comes with even the posturing. The posturing of the party, the way they communicate. Because see, Ghanaians, when you talk to them, there's a way they discern what you're saying.
Yeah, but that rebranding can only happen if you take the key steps necessary to remove people who ought not be there, put people who are properly so-called fit for purpose, and then those people become the messengers carrying the message and reaching every community to say that, look, we recognize that we made mistakes.
You haven't done, that's the thing. What you are saying is the clear thing to do. So you go and change your national officers, or so what you are saying, the logical flow is that give the party at the base the chance to reinvent itself. Yes. Sometimes you need a new face. Choose new leadership in parliament, choose new leadership of the party, or a mix of new and old. If the argument is that they don't always change. Present a fresh face and let them start with a new idea, which is still rooted in the party's tradition. But here you are saying, because of the risk of division, let's choose our flag bearer first. So that when we choose the flag bearer first, we will then force everybody who's at the bottom to say, this is the flag bearer. So there's no real need to fight. Again, it seems like overreaction to the threat of division. Because you still need to build, generally houses are built from the base. You know, unless I'm missing, and so again, I'm not a politician, so when I listen to Kofi Benson, it made a bit of sense, but I feel like no, it's true to say that if you, because by the way, the guys at the base will still choose the flag bearer. And if they choose the flag bearer, they obviously support him, that's why they chose him. Okay, so the flag bearers of MPP have never had a problem with support from the base. The problem is those who lose and what they do. The problem has never been the support, because all the flag bearers have been supported by the base because they vote for them. So why don't you select the base and let the base elect up to the top?
Unless you don't trust them.
It's a bit interesting. It's a bit interesting. So again, it's a very, our politics is a new game. 30 years of Fourth Republic is not that long. If you want to look at history to study something, some people have had 200 years. So, for what it's worth,
there's also this that I want to comment on briefly. I don't think that the party did itself great service when they decided to reject a forward-looking proposal that says, this day and age of having 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 70-year-olds masquerading as youth leaders. And I say that with all the respect I can.
Churches, our youth is different. Our churches, our youth is different.
Which of them are you speaking to? The Orthodox, the Charismatic, the Pentecostal?
I mean, how? Various international definitions tell you that the world takes the view that somewhere within 15 to 35 should be good enough band.
I went to a youth church. A church to do a youth program. When the youth leader introduced me, I thought
youth at heart.
Okay, you say youth worker.
So
for here,
at heart.
How do they say it in account? You see, you should be able to speak their language.
Is okay.
No, I think yes, take it to 35.
So 35 will be people who were born in 1990.
Yes.
No, I think 40 is okay.
40 is 85.
No, 40 is extreme. Leave the youth to do their thing. Leave the youth to do, because
president is 40 and above.
Yes.
So you can say those between 36 and 39, where do they stand? Because 40, as the constitution is 40, you can be president.
Yes.
So the argument is that a youth can be president, so it has to be up to 40. You see, because if you say 40 is old, that means you get it. Because
you are reserving the presidency.
So if the presidency, if you make the youth 35, the presidency is for you old.
So Ben, are you youth? Are you youth?
No, me, I'm not claiming to be youth.
And you see, and
I'm not 40, I'm older than 40.
You see, and this culture is within the church itself, as you are saying. I mean, you go to a church and they say that this is the youth leader. And you look at the youth leader.
Of the youth. He's not the youth. He's the leader of the youth. He's the leader of the youth.
But brother, you must be youth first of all. It's the same way. We say that the leader of Ghana. You must be Ghanaian first of all. Yes. So if you say that you are leading a certain people, you must be you. You must understand their needs, what their soft points, their pain points. You need to understand their language.
But 40 is not bad. So they threw the thing away.
They threw the thing away, and you could see that the people taking the decision,
the people who
are vested interest.
I think the people who have been youth leaders who have passed 35 don't want to lose their relevance in the party, and therefore they mobilized against the proposal.
That's unfortunate.
If you had given this proposal to university students, TESCON and TANE, I think that it would have, because actually people in their 20s are doing great things.
Exactly.
A 39-year-old person should not be fighting with 22-year-old youth organizer.
No,
youth organizer. I even think it should be 32. No, seriously, Charlie. Because youth, let's not even laugh. Ghana's population pyramid, 70% of Ghanaians are aged below 40 or something. It's a very crazy number. The number of people below 16 and below, like the population is very wide at the base. So in fact, the youth of Ghana, if they alone said they will vote, they can overtake everybody else. There are so many. So this idea of even 35 is old. Because at 35, some of us had 2 kids or whatever. So we are not youth anymore. You get it? So I feel like it's a more Ghanaian problem. And that the people in that 35 to 40 bracket, because they are a bit more influential, we're able to use their influence to kick against. Because if you are taking this to TESCON and TANE alone, or TESCON, and told them that, Charlie, what should we define you to be? They would have said, even 30. Because the investing guys who are doing big things, they are not even 25.
And those guys want to come out, fresh graduates, brilliant ideas as to how to connect with their colleagues, the language they are speaking, what are their problems. They understand those spaces, what's happening on social media, what are the new things trending, how can we use that to hook the people, engage them, and then mobilize them to prosecute the agenda of the party. Somehow, the older folks did.
Which other one did they throw away?
So that one, and then the one having to do with the executives on the ground, and then the constituency people should not have vested interest in the election that they are organizing. So because of conflict of interest issues, the proposal was made, I think it was the 17th one, that said that, okay, remove them so that that process can take off without interference from people who already have vested interest in the election. That one today rejected.
Somebody asked a question for me. Bernard, a quick question. Can a women's organizer be a man?
I'll deal with that, man. Think about that for a moment.
It's a serious question you're asking me.
We've not figured out defining youth.
Can a youth organizer be a man? No.
Can a women's organizer
be a woman? Be a man? No, not possible. So you have to be a woman to be a women's organizer.
So you have to be a youth first of all.
What's the UN division of youth?
That's between 15 and 35 thereabout.
So this MPP has a different division of youth.
Can you imagine that? Even our national national instruments and provisions don't give it that definition. It's embarrassing. And the people who took that decision should go to before the mirror and look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves whether they are connecting by reason of their own appearance and what they see in the mirror. They are capable of connecting to the people who say they are youth in our country. That is where the disengagement comes from.
Who's the current organizer of MPP?
It's Nanabi. Is it Nanabi? No. Is it Salam?
Yes, Salam.
Yes, Salam. Yes.
Salam Mustafa. Okay. Let's take some comments. 054-998-6996. So, in terms of MPP, where are they? What's left for them to do? Are other names going to be thrown into the hat or throw the hat into the ring for flag bearer? And do you think Baumia should have taken a cooling off period? That's what I thought. This guy said by the time you go and come, somebody will take your bicycle and be riding it.
It's very risky.
Yeah, it says it's not. It may sound sensible on paper, but practically, if he looks at what is happening on the ground, he may not have that luxury. Which means he perceives the. But let me ask you a question. If the favorite is Baumia on the basis of he being the incumbent, where is his biggest threat? Is it Kennedy Japan or Barney Champon?
I think his biggest threat is Ken.
Still Kennedy.
Yes, without
Kennedy
any disrespect
Kennedy
to Brian.
Kennedy is the biggest.
It's a real important threat.
His team actually issued a statement which I felt can help the discussion, but I will read it for just because it adds to the discussion around
level playing field.
Level playing field, because this is page 6 of the Daily Post. The aftermath of the MPP conference held on Saturday has sparked controversy within the party as key members of the Kennedy Japan campaign team have raised concerns over what they describe as engineered optics, favoring former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. In a strongly worded statement issued by Kwesi Kwarteng, spokesperson for Kennedy Japan's campaign team, the carefully designed scheme was set to create an unfair advantage in the flag bearership present. By the way, Kwesi Kwarteng was director of communications at the ministry.
PR education.
And he worked under
Dr. Duchum.
Good. So you would have thought he would be in the Duchum's team. But he's in Kennedy's team, which buttresses the point about Kennedy being a threat. Let it be noted that with the exception of Dr. Baumia, no other flag bearer hopeful was given access to the inner perimeter of the stadium to interact and wave at delegates. The statement read, "This exclusive access, which was conveniently captured and circulated, creates a skilled and clearly engineered impression of massive support." Kwarteng argued that the real pulse of the party's grassroots could only be measured at the outer perimeter of the venue, where all the other aspirants, including Kennedy Japan, were made to engage delegates on equal footing. If we want a fair and honest assessment of where the grassroots love truly lies, we must turn our attention to the outer perimeter, he added. You can even compare the videos of Ken's entry to that of Dr. Baumia, and you understand the point clearly. For Kwarteng, the continued approach by organizers to favor the former VIP shows a failure to learn any lessons from the MPP's painful loss in the 24 general election. See? Describing the controlled optics as choreographed endorsements at the conference as reminiscent of the missteps that led to the party's historic defeat at the Fourth Republic. In the Fourth Republic. This is the same path we are going down again. If we haven't learned any lessons from then, maybe we need to take a class at the Patriotic Institute. Kwarteng quipped. Calling on party delegates to rise above stage-managed spectacles, the Japan camp is urging what they describe as real change rather than a leadership-imposed narrative. 2028 is about winning elections, not stage endorsements. The statement concluded signaling Kennedy Japan's camp's readiness to incentivize its push for the MPP flag bearership ahead of 2026 primaries. Saturday's delegates conference brought together thousands of party faithful and national executives, former appointees, and MPP presidential hopefuls as the MPP gears up for a crucial internal contest to elect a new leader to steer the party in 2023 election. Vice President Dr. Baumia's presence at the event drew visible cheers and wide coverage. The reaction from other camps suggests that the race for the MPP flag bearer slot remains deeply competitive and politically charged. So that is the Ghanaian, the Daily Post.
You see, I think that in many ways they have a case, but then they don't have a case. Let me try.
In many ways they have a case, but they don't have a case.
Yes, there is a reason I'm putting it in that manner, because first of all, this was the first time that the party since the election of Baumia at the Accra Sports Stadium was meeting to make a decision of this national character. When they met at the Accra Sports Stadium, they elected Dr. Baumia. They went into the elections. He lost miserably. The only way that he could connect with the people again after the campaign was what he did. The thank you tour, that also became a spectacle of its own, bringing about division and all of that. But in terms of meeting the party's base again, this was at Lagos.
So he spoke as flag bearer for you over the weekend.
Not. I think that the senior most member. No, I understand that, but without doubt, he is their immediate past flag bearer. You understand?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, and then also as the immediate past vice president of the republic, I think it would be a stretch to say that he should not go and like receive cheers and all of these things.
Audience.
But
so you say it's a natural advantage.
Exactly, it's a natural advantage. Like sort of
it's
incumbency.
Not engineered.
Exactly, it's sort of that incumbency advantage that you enjoy, which sometimes can
which
be
is why
questioned.
I'm saying that the contest for flag bearer is too early. Because if there were just hints that he may run and he was not actively seen to be even running, this wouldn't have been a problem, because you say he's our just immediate past vice president, immediate flag bearer, and we are doing a national conference. Let's cheer him on. But the race for 2028 has overshadowed everything. So it's even overshadowing some of the normal courtesy you would accord a man who probably deserves it. And it's probably also going to threaten good sense in certain decisions they are taking, because it's actually the overriding concern is 2028. And it's probably going to poison the atmosphere for everything that happens. You get it? So my cooling off thing, there's a theory. In fact, let me read some message for you. The UN defines youth as a person, this is from a listener, a person between ages 15 and 24. Inclusive. Keynotes. This definition is used for statistical consistency across UN systems. It was endorsed in the UN General Assembly. So it means that if you are above 24, for UN functions, you are not a youth. All right. But in Ghana, the National Youth Policy defines youth as 15 to 35. The Africa Youth Charter by AU also defines youth as 15 to 35. So when the UN standard age bracket is 15 to 24, other bodies and countries may define it differently based on their unique realities. So this was endorsed by UN General Assembly 95. But member states are encouraged to use national definitions based on own socio-economic and cultural context. So that's the message there. Bernard, the voter register has over 55% between 18 and 35 years. So how does this get shut down in a political party where the game is about numbers? It's embarrassing. So this is Kojo Asante saying that when you look at the voter register, 55% of voters are below 35 years old. Yeah, they are below 35 years old. So he sent me
some numbers, some evidence.
No, MPP delegates. MPP delegates. So he did a poll of delegates. Musa Namfa did a poll of delegates in June. And when the poll were asked for redefining youth age, they rejected it. So basically, they prefer 35 below. Okay, this is what the voters said they wanted within the poll he did.
So this was Musa Dankwa's poll.
Yes.
So then, how then do they go if those people are the very people taking the decision?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So maybe, but it wasn't a vote; it was a voice vote.
It was a vote, voice votes and vote.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
You want, secret ballots or one man one ballot. That's what you are looking out for. It was a voice vote, yes, which is allowed. Maybe you can argue that perhaps going forward, such decisions should not be by voice vote. But the sheer volume of things they needed to do would make it almost impossible.
So in his age group of MPP voters, 18 to 24, or these delegates,
yes.
18 to 24 is just 2%. 25 to 34 is 17%.
If you combine the two,
that's still just 19%. That is his poll. Then 35 to 44 is 37%. So they are the most. So the people who are aged between 35 to 40, they are more than as delegates in his poll. I don't know whether that's what he used, but then 23% between 45 and 54. So most of the voters or the delegates who were polled are much older than 35.
Okay.
But I think at the national level, a lot of the voters are below 35.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting dichotomy.
I think they should reflect intensely over that decision and vary it. I think the older folks should have something more, more, I mean, something that it's more close to their, they should leave the kids to do, I'm not saying kids, I'm not using it in a derogatory sense.
The youth.
Yeah, the youth to do what they know how to do best. Because you realize that the disconnect between the MPP as a party in government and the youth came also from the fact that there was nobody to carry the message to the youth. They were not appealing to the youth. It is same as what's happening in Cameroon now. You have the incumbent president who is 92 years. No, I mean, we know the other means. You know, he is struggling to connect with the youth online. Right?
Sure.
And
He's tweeting.
He said the edges of the movement is making him contest. I say is what?
But we know how elections are won in Cameroon. It's not really, strictly speaking, the kind of democracy that you want to celebrate.
Let me do a quick clarification here. So a lawyer is telling me that the point about chairman becoming the leader of the party, even in government, is not new. In fact, it's what pertains now. The proposal had a side note in the amendment which says to affirm. So basically it was to emphasize the point, not to change it. So they were saying that it exists, but because it was not effectively given practicality, they were to affirm it again. So he then sends me the motion 35, article 10, new provision. Amend article 10 of the constitution by inserting a new provision to specifically provide that the national chairman shall be leader of the party. Then it says the proposed amendment affirms the position of the national chairperson as leader of the party. So the national chairperson is leader of the party, but they sort of want to emphasize it, which is what the provision is now proposing.
Let's look at the original article 10.
Article 10.
Yeah, because I've just pulled up the party's constitution so that we can.
So we just be clear on this thing, whether it's a new thing or just an affirmation.
So Article 10. So Article 10 deals with removal of officers. Are you sure it's Article 10? Are you sure it's Article 10?
Yes, what I have in front of me is Article 10, new provision. Article 10 is the overall provision on the national chairperson and leadership of the party. Unless you are reading a different version of the MPP.
I'm looking at the MPP constitution.
Because Article 10 is what I'm referring to.
Okay, I'm trying to grab that. Let me just.
Anyway, Sky, I think it's a. Let me read other comments and then let's see where we can get from there. Another one says, Bernard, I think we should pay close attention to Singapore's situation to get away from this party and power play, president and party power play. In Singapore, in the Singapore constitution, to stand to be elected as president, you do not have to belong to any political party. Please check the Singapore constitution. Well, I haven't seen the Singapore constitution, so I'm not able to confirm this.
Yes, some messages coming in. Eric in Koforidia says, Bernard, I agree with you totally. I always tell my friends that MPP is making noise too early, and that is making Ghanaians more angry at them. Till today, 6 months of NDC, if you say Ghanaians should vote MPP, they will still lose. And that is something they are not realizing. Derek from Santa Maria says, Bernard, what you're saying would have been okay in a normal situation, but now there's Ken, who has money, influence, and can break or make the party if he wins or loses. Kati from Tema, good morning, Bernard. If you go off and want to return, they will not give you the steering wheel. Francis says, actually, MPP has no idea why and how they lost power. Mystic Wonder Avuko inside in Sao Madrid says the MPP is not an alternative to governance for now because the party is comatose.
It's comatose.
In state of confusion, suffering from leadership crisis, and the center cannot hold. Ghana is going the right direction under the able leadership of the tried and tested President Mahama in Sao Madrid constituency for My condolences to the entire NDC fraternity of the Insaum Dredre constituency for losing our communication officer called Jackie Chan. JC Ewua says the decision to make the chairman the leader of the party is to spread the power the president has. Louis at Santor says, Bernard, good morning to you and your team. NPP's thinking is that NDC is now going for a new candidate, but Bawumia is well marketed to run over. That is why they are sure of winning 2028.
Okay.
Richie, who says he's a political watcher, contributes this. Imagine Kennedy Japan losing to Bawumia and later to go and win the party national chairman. With the new amendments, he will be the leader of the party. He can easily sabotage Bawumia's campaign if he wanted to. Koku Bansa says, I agree completely with Bernard on the issue of the cool-off. Bawumia should be off the cameras for a bit of time to reflect and be re-energized. George from Airport City says, in a country where if a member of parliament doesn't attend naming ceremony, funeral or other events, he or she is tagged as selfish. MPs have lost elections in this country because of these reasons. I understand your point, but the mindset of the average Ghanaian makes your point unrealistic. Kwejo says, dear Bernard Avle, you also seem to forget easily. As early as May 2017, President Mahama, who had lost by almost 1 million votes, was already bashing Akufo-Addo. Bawumia is very much on the path all our opposition leaders have walked. There's nothing new under the sun. Kwamena Acidity from Ahafo Achirinsuya says, MPP National Delegates Conference was empty and it has no merits to our democracy. Ghanaians are now enjoying good governance under visionary leader John Mahama.
It doesn't work like that. We need political parties to be strong, to work for the country. So Mahama is in power, NDC is leading, but you cannot say that MPP, no, it doesn't work like that. Because if you know our history, you need an opposition to be well organized. I'm telling you, because they have a role to play.
I genuinely think that people are also tired of the duopoly of the two parties over the last, 3 decades.
Yeah, but they may be tired in their head, but not in their votes. They obviously love the two parties. So I don't know if they're really, really tired. It will show in their voting. Boat Foods is definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your favorite restaurants. Now, Chicken Inn brings you an exclusive combo only on Boat Foods: 3 pieces of chicken with jollof or fried rice and a 300 ml Coke for just 85 cedis. This is available only through Boat Foods. Download the Boat Food app today and enjoy. Don't forget the literacy challenge is on. We are asking children between 11 and 15 inclusive to sending an essay in not less than 600 words discussing the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana, what challenges they create for individuals, families and communities, and suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Deadline is 26th July. Your essay must be in your own handwriting, endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details. If you make it to level 2 and 3, you could get up to 10,000 cedis in cash, a glitter trophy, and a lot of other goodies. Take a short break. There's a lot more when we come back. Stay with us.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Burna Boy, Trevor Noah, Black Coffee, Chimamanda the writer, Febe Mugugu the fashion designer, and many more young African icons didn't get where they are by following mainstream paths. They did things differently. Say yes to doing things differently. Say yes to the creative person within you, the maker, innovator, entrepreneur. Chart a new path, learn new skills, globally recognized by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech. So whether in Ghana or abroad, you will shine. Say yes to DTI, a learning experience that is next level. Go to dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner. And hey, guess what? you can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial star 713 star 33 star 22 pound to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. GoTV. Love it.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
In times like this, we should be focused on strengthening our bonds of unity and reinvesting in the ties that bind us. Our foundation and our strength has always been in building a united party. We have been the party that has over the years built the broadest coalition of citizens, not just to win, but to govern. We have been the party that has over the years offered hope to the largest diversity of our peoples. Under our tent, it has not mattered where you come from, whether you are Sefi, Fanti, Ewe, Ashanti, Gadangme, Krobo, Dagomba, Wala, Dagati, Konkomba, Frafra, or Mamprusi. It has not mattered what religion you practice, whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, or a traditional African religious practitioner. It has not mattered whether you are rich or poor, or whether you are formally educated or not. This is why the root of our party resulted from an amalgamation of parties from different parts of Ghana and different interest groups. Let us remind ourselves that the parties that merged to form the United Party included the National Liberation Movement, dominant in Ashanti, the Northern People's Party, representing the Northern Territories, the Muslim Association Party, the Anlo Youth Organization based in the Volta region. Ga Shefi Moke represented the Ga interests in Greater Accra region. The Togoland Congress focused on British Togoland interests, the Federation Youth Organization. It is clear, therefore, that the bonds of unity in diversity has been our lifeblood and our foundation. Now more than ever, we must refresh them and desist from any language, character, or actions that divide us. With unity and consistency, we can regain the trust of Ghanaians. If we are fractured and at each other's throats, none of us can cross over and lead us to fulfill this party's purpose. Let me say that tribalism and religious bigotry, from whichever quarters it emanates, pose an existential threat and should have no place in the new patriotic party. We must also be consistent in pursuance of our effort to address not just the challenges within, but more importantly, the challenges that bedevil our motherland. In governance, there are ups and downs. Through the President J. Kufuor and President Nana Akufo-Addo periods, we succeeded at many things with monumental and transformational achievements. Their achievements, these two great presidents, their achievements will stand the test of time. We have also learned useful lessons in how to improve some things in the future. We must remain resolute and consistent in doing the right things again and in applying the lessons the next time. We must ensure that Ghanaians genuinely see the lessons we have learnt and are willing to apply the next time round. We shouldn't be shy about them. It is then that our fellow countrymen and women will give us another opportunity to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, an army that wants to win a battle must exercise discipline within its ranks. Too often, when we are yet to choose leaders, indiscipline, unacceptable language, and unpardonable behavior become the order of the day. In the end, when internal competitions are over, the attacks we would have launched on ourselves become fodder and ammunition which our opponents use to attack us. We experienced it in the 2024 campaign, and we should not let it happen again a second time.
So that was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaking at the Special or Extraordinary Delegates Conference of the MPP. Let's hear the chairman of the Delegates Conference Organizing Committee, Joe Osei-Wusu, welcoming some of the amendments to the party's constitution, speaking after the changes were made. He says to strengthen the internal structure and position of the party.
All I am is very happy at the enthusiasm of party people, the willingness to volunteer. People freely offered themselves to support the work we're doing. It gives me encouragement that the spirit is coming back, and we should harvest the spirit to move the party forward in unison.
Were you worried that you may not have the enthusiasm you were hoping for, considering what happened to you at the polls in December?
Well, yes. To be fair, every one of us was dispirited after the election. Too many things had happened, and a lot of blame gaming discussion has been going on across the various media houses. But what I've seen in the last 2-3 days, enthusiasm which people freely just come in and give me something to do. I want to help in the preparation. it gives me confidence that we will recover and move forward.
Talking about organizing this, of course, you need a lot of money. I have seen social media posts suggesting that the flag bearer aspirants were, competing with each other to give you money to organize this event. Did you go cap in hand asking for funds from them? Did they voluntarily bring you money? How did that work?
We did fundraising. The finance committee was charged to raise funds. And some of the presidential aspirants were very generous. Others did what was within, depending on their own capacity. But the large chunk of the funds were volunteered by the presidential hopefuls.
So, are you at liberty to share with us who donated what?
No, please.
Because a lot of figures are being bandied about.
Well, that's what you do in the media.
Okay.
You speculate a lot, but the figures are with the finance committee.
Largely a successful conference you have organized. 2 of your motions have been shut down, but out of over 50, as a former speaker, I'm sure this will be a big deal. You have done so well, you would say.
We have. I'm happy. Generally, I'm happy at the comportment of members. The request we did that please don't introduce any competition on the grounds. If you don't have access card, you're not permitted in. People complied. It made our work much easier. And generally, as you can see, the enthusiasm with which members came, traveling long distances, coming over the night, staying till the morning, it's very encouraging for me. And I'm very grateful to party members, party volunteers, and even you, the media. From yesterday evening, you being around here, monitoring everything we're doing, reporting to the rest of the world.
Before you left, you came here, your former treasurer was here, and he said he believes that some of the motions that were lost may have been as a result of the noise. Maybe the delegates didn't appreciate exactly what it was. Would you say you did a proper education? Again, as a speaker who is used to hearing voice votes, would you say that the voice votes failed you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You could hear the 2 no's were the loudest. So it appears to me that the delegates had made their mind before they took their seat.
Very well.
And that was the essence. Circulate the documents and let them discuss it as much as possible before they come.
Okay.
And the vote very clearly demonstrated that these 2, they had made up their mind to vote against it. And there was nothing anyone could do otherwise.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's a former Deputy Speaker of Parliament, a former Member of Parliament for Bekwai, who's Chairman of the Planning Committee of the just ended, now 2025 National Delegates.
So that was Joe Osewu speaking to Mary Sanda Amadu. It's 9:45, Citi Breakfast Show. Now, a few quick announcements before we wrap up this discussion. Now, do you know why children leave home very neat and return looking so different? Well, it's all the non-stop learning and sports that burns the energy. So those sweatshirts, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kids have been very active. That's why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them the nutritious Milo every day. Contains vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo Energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved. Now, are you in need of space for business in Tema? Or maybe you need quality equipment for construction projects? Then look no further. MPC Limited has got you covered. Now, located in Tema, MPC offers spacious and secure factory and warehouse facilities, fully serviced offices, modern apartments, and a wide range of construction equipment such as concrete mixers, block machines, bending and cutting machines, scaffolds, slump cones, and cube test modes for your projects, all available at unbeatable prices. So whether you're starting a business, expanding operations, or looking for the right tools, MPC is your trusted partner to get the job done. Visit our showroom and rental space at Tema Heavy Industrial Area around DVLA Junction opposite Tropical Cable and Conductor Limited, or visit our website at mpcltdgh.com or call 0500 277 That's 0500 277 702. MPC Limited, empowering you to build more. Get Viva beverages in 5 distinct flavors, including cola, orange, citrus, cocktail, grapefruit and tangy. Available at your local store. Reach us on 0550 03223. Pure beverages, a taste you will love.
And just to remind you that APSA Black Star Marathon is calling. Now is your time to respond, whether you are chasing personal glory, running for your health, or telling your story with every step. Don't miss your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon. It's happening this Saturday, 26th of July 2025 at the Independence Square, 6 a.m. sharp. The categories are full marathon, 42.2 kilometers, men, women, and racing chair. And then we have the 10 kilometers run, jog, walk, wheelchair category. Register at blackstarmarathon.com or dial star 713 star 33 star 22 hash. Registration closes soon, so no delays. The APSA Black Star Marathon is sponsored by APSA Bank, Glyco General, and a number of others. Thank you so much. The finish line is waiting, but first register today. APSA Black Star Marathon, your story matters. Welcome to Seamless Banking with the Prudential Bank mobile app. Perform instant transactions, link mobile money wallet, scan GHQR to pay, manage your cards, and so much more. No more banking hours. Experience simple, secure, and convenient banking wherever you are 24/7. Download the PBL mobile app now from Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery. Visit the Prudential Bank website or social media platform for more. Prudential Bank, truly dependable. If you're traveling to South Africa, it's much easier now thanks to the visa waiver agreement. Ghanaians can now explore beautiful South Africa without the hassle of a visa. And guess what? South Africa Airways flies you directly from Accra to Johannesburg, from the scenic beauty of Cape Town to glamorous wedding venues, world-class wine farms, vibrant birthday parties, etc., etc. Planning to travel with friends and family or colleagues? Then SAA offers special group packages including flights, hotel stay, guided tours, etc. Call or WhatsApp 050-925-6511 to book your South Africa adventure. Fly South African Airways, connecting you directly to unforgettable memories. So the chilling season is here, and we all know what that means. The risk of airborne diseases like typhoid and cholera goes up. Keeping your family and yourself safe and hydrated with clean, safe drinking water is more important than ever. Use Jibu purified water every day for drinking, cooking, and preparing your beverages without breaking your bank. It's safe, refreshing, and affordable. From the 15th of July to the 3rd of August, Jibu is running a special bottle promotion. Buy a durable 20-liter bottle at a heavily discounted price of just 100 Ghana cedis. Stand a chance to win a free aluminium bottle, which is ideal for school, office, or on the go. So don't wait. Visit any Jibu outlet near you today for orders. Call this number 020-984-5817. T&C Supply. Jibu, a better life. If you're upgrading your office space, call the experts. You want a healthy chair that takes care of your spine? Call Expert Office Furnish Company Limited for your ergonomic swivel chairs today. Ergonomic swivel chairs with intelligent seat cushion, dynamic bionic spine pressure relief design. The dynamic smart motion back supports technology and is equipped with double wing support chips and has great benefits for your health and your spine. We have executive desks, cabinets, conference, and all office furniture that suits your budget. We are off the Atomic Hills Estate Road on the Asori Junction near ASI Plaza, Ashoman Estate. 0571 386 600 is the number to call, or 0244 280 532. Our website is expertofficefurnish.com. Expert Office Furnish, your health is your wealth.
Still the City Breakfast Show. We'll be right back.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
On the go, night or day. PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For Level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July, 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to Level 2 and go on to win Level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round JHS student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say. They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say. Hey, but I'll never forget no way. They crucified Jesus Christ. I'll never forget no way. They sold Marcus Garvey for rice. Ooh, I'll never forget no way. They turned their backs on Paul Bogle. Hey, so don't you forget no youth, who you are and where you stand in the struggle. They got so very so very. They say it's everything. They say so much today. They got so much things to say, so much things to say. But I come to fight flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. So while they fight you down, stand firm and give Jah thanks and praises. Cause I do expect to be justified by the laws of men. By the laws of men. Oh, jury found me guilty, but truth shall prove my innocence. Oh, when the rain falls now, it will fall and one man's house stop. Remember that.
A few minutes to the top of the hour, and we want to wish Dr. Mavis Oreku a very happy birthday.
Hey, so don't you forget who you
Dr. Mavis Oreku Asare of the Food Impact House. Have a blessed one from all of us here and your team as well. Have a blast. Jubi Rafia Kinting is here. And all you need to know. The news at 10. My name is Caleb. You heard Bernardino Kokovle, Richard Dalaskai, Kakra, Francisca Kakrafose, Fred Tejabano together with Samuel Akon, Sheba Arba Beni, Edwin Kwalkovi,
and give Jah thanks and praises.
Daniel Squashy, for the team that brought you the show today. Thank you so much for doing the listening. Now Oyo Kote will take over with a very interactive class as always. Keep your dials locked at 97.3 CDFM. I am Caleb. Could I do have a very good day? But Ajubi is here. We'll take care of you with the news at 10. Ajubi, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Zwarung